yeah.
They were like, yeah, you know, it's a business cash. And I was like, I wear t-shirts and jeans.
That is definitely not business casual.
Did you tell them that's not how you say casual? Cash? You mean casual. Say it correctly, otherwise I'm not going to be casual.
So you're like, yeah, it's a collared shirt and slacks. Like slacks, like suit slacks, or we're talking like Dockers, like khaki pants slacks. They're like, yeah, slacks. I was like, you didn't answer my question. So I just went to the store and bought a whole bunch of collared shirts. I don't like polos. Polos don't work with me at all. Something about my body shape just doesn't like me. Regular button-ups all day. Polos.
Nope. But I'm a big beefy cat.
Every time I look at that, I think
okay, so for the 2-weapon fighting, for the 2-weapon fighting, just a reminder that if you decide I'm going to do an attack action and do my 2-weapon fighting, that second attack, you're using your bonus action for it.
Okay.
So if you have I want to take another bonus action, you're going to have to give up like a move action for it because we have that. There's an action economy of what we can do with the attacks.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's a big deal for the most part. When you get engaged in combat, you don't move a lot.
No.
You just fuck shit up and
I just slash.
Which is totally fine. Which works well with your barbarian companion here because he also just stays put and fuck shit up. So for the most part, that's fine. If you were playing a traditional like a fighter with a shield and you were dancing across the battlefield and shielding people from shit, it'd be different because you'd be like, I need to move because I gotta get in front of the fucking wizard and protect him, and then I gotta go over here and help this person out.
That makes sense.
But you're more of like, I'm gonna kill this shit, and then I'm gonna move on to the next thing to go, which is fine.
On to the next one.
So last we left off, you guys were in what was the name of the town? You were in Kerkonig, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You had. Did the wind go away?
The northern, yeah, it did.
Alexa, play Sounds of Wind.
Sounds of wind. A white noise for baby sleep. Sleep, baby, sleep. Relaxing music.
I don't care who does it. I was like, doesn't it normally come from over there? I was so confused.
Yeah, she broke.
Alexa, volume 4.
Alexa, you a hoe.
Alexa, volume 4.
She's like, I can't hear you over the wind.
I can't hear you.
There we go.
Speak up. I can't hear you. The wind's blowing really well. What? I can't hear
so last we left off, you guys were in one of the 10 towns. You were in Kerkonig, where you guys assisted the sisters, and you brought back the Northern Light. Well, it was just their magical light lantern. You brought it back to the Northern Light, which was the name of the inn. You guys were rewarded with basically free room and board anytime you guys come to visit Kerkonig. For whatever reason, you guys decided to go there. Not much, but you guys also got a couple other pieces of treasure. I know that you had written down most of it.
Yep.
So it's going to have something you're going to have to. I know you divvied up a lot of it, but you also put stuff into the party fund, I'm assuming?
To sell.
Okay.
Yeah, we got some stuff to sell.
What stuff do you have to sell? Let's take care of that right now, because I can give you. If you want to sell in Kerkonig, you're probably going to get 50% of its value. I'm just being honest, because they don't have a lot of money. If you want to hold on to it, you guys are going to have to pump this shit through wherever to get to Goodmead, which is another small town, which you'll probably only get 50% of its value.
Oh, well, then fucking might as well just sell it now.
I mean, if you have items that you're like, wow, this is a really cool piece of jewelry or like a piece of art, you can always hold on to that stuff and be like, yeah, we'll sell that when we get to like Bryn Shindar.
Some of it's like scale mail, shield, stuff like that. So let's see.
The necklace.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that one was connected to, I think, Dougal's Hole. Was it?
Yeah.
Dougal's
I wrote Dugon's, but
Dugon? It might be
Hole.
Yeah, it's Dugon's Hole.
Yeah, that's what I got. There's that necklace.
So just so you know, that's the image That's on the necklace. That's the
Okay.
image,
Okay.
which is their crest for
So-
Dugan's Hole.
Yeah, so we're holding on to that because we're going to try to return it to its rightful owner.
Yeah.
Okay, so I know I see 3 scale mail, a shield, a war pick. We have the 9 javelins, but we did pick up the quiver with more javelins if somebody wanted to hang on to that. Who's taking the javelins?
I can't
We deserve-
javelin.
Do we
Well,
decide?
you're basically the worst. Good thing that you cast that fancy magic missile that everybody is totally okay with.
Yes, we're fine.
The screaming one? Yeah.
I got
Was it screaming or dissonant
It's
voices?
just
or
some
something?
dissonant, soft voices. It's pleasant to the ear.
Not pleasant.
I got a rack of 4 javelins, but I can probably take another.
Can anyone use scale mail that wants to upgrade their armor? I don't
Did you say
know.
a rack of 4 javelins?
Yeah.
I literally thought you said I have arachnophobia. I was like, why is this relevant to the
I mean,
conversation?
I have leather armor. Is scale mail better?
So scale mail. What's your dexterity?
My dex is 2. Well, total is 14.
Yeah, I mean, you could use scale mail. So what that's going to do is that, so your leather armor right now allows you to add 11 plus your dexterity modifier. So that gives you a total of 13 for your AC.
Yes.
Okay, scale mail allows you to add 14 plus your dex modifier up to a maximum of 2, which your maximum is in fact 2.
Mm-hmm.
So you could wear the scale mail and increase your armor class essentially by 3 points.
Okay.
Disadvantage on stealth.
Yeah, but she's not really a stealth person, so.
No. I mean, actually, I do have pretty decent stealth.
But yeah, you'll have disadvantage on stealth rolls, but that's. Yeah, again, it's scale mail. It's not the best armor in the world, but you can always upgrade. And
But it's better than my
you
leather.
can get breastplate later if you want to do that, which is a better armor. Then you don't have disadvantage on stealth rolls with breastplate.
Okay. So
So how many?
you're gonna take the javelins.
How many suits of scale mail do you have left after that one?
I thought we picked up another. Here's another one. We have 3 total.
You have 3 total. You see, you're gonna get 1 fitted for you.
Mm-hmm. Well, we
Okay.
have 4 minus mine.
Okay, so what they're gonna
So
do.
that would make 3
is-
left after mine.
What they're going to do is it's going to be, they'll give you 75 gold and
Okay.
they'll fit the 3rd one for you for free.
Okay.
So you're actually getting a little bit more than 50%. They're giving you like 60%.
Okay. So that's 1. And
75 gold is good deal.
so we have 2 shields.
2 shields. They'll give you a total of 10 gold for the 2 shields.
Okay. And we have. Let's see.
Any other armor pieces?
I don't think so.
Okay.
We have 2 war picks.
2 war picks. It sounds so badass. They'll give you for both of them. They'll give you 5 gold for the total, like 5 gold total.
Okay.
So 2 gold and what was that 5 silver pieces?
All right. So Vroon has the weird mushroom jizz.
Okay, well that's just something
He's gonna study.
It's a weird mushroom.
Listen, I never explicitly said that the mushrooms,
There was
evacuated themselves on anyone.
a beaded necklace with some kind of tribal scrimshaw with 2 trouts.
Yeah,
crossed
that's
with
the
a pillar.
special necklace that has that symbol.
That one that you just
Yeah,
showed us. That's that
That's
one.
Dugan's Holes thing. Yeah,
Okay.
it's worth like 30 gold. It's a really nice piece. If you guys want to sell that, they'll give you 30 gold for it.
I've got 3
No, I don't
shards
wanna
of shardom.
But I
Oh,
feel
so
like that's the special stuff too.
So Chardolin, we're gonna talk about Chardolin for a real brief second here. So Chardolin is like an interesting material. Not much is known about it, and most of the people of this town, specifically like Koenig, they have heard of it, and they have some have seen it, but they're not really super familiar with it.
Yeah.
So it's basically, you hear from like we're gonna say like a merchant passing through. He's like, "Oh, Chardonnay," and he tells you a little bit about it. And he says that it's actually a dark crystalline substance that can be forged into weapons and armor. It's a crystal that can be formed into items. Any type of that kind of stuff would shatter, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
It's like there's a way to actually use it.
I assume you have to have be specifically trained on how to do that. Like I couldn't just walk into a village blacksmith and be like, "Make me a thing out of this." We'd be like, "Get the fuck out of my store, crazy person."
Probably.
So apparently, it has some sort of connection to the Nethril Empire. I don't know if any of you guys are familiar with the Netherese. Basically, yeah, but for out of character now. Basically, the Netherese were an empire that existed thousands of years ago, and they were an empire of like super wizards. And they're like, we're going to be the best wizards ever. And we're going to create floating cities, and we are going to create all this, like their technology was advanced beyond like anything that your characters would be familiar with. And they're like, you know what? We're so cool and we're so powerful. I think it's a good idea that we just stop worshiping the gods.
Super smart.
Because the gods are basically, essentially, just super wizards like us. So the best way to have a conversation with the gods about this is we'll cast spells to turn ourselves into gods. And that's how we're going to do this. And then the super god, who's like essentially the equivalent of this universe's
Big G gun.
Like essentially like El Shaddai, basically like God Almighty, like just the one super, like the big one who made everyone. He's like, yeah, I'm not cool with that because all the gods are my creations and they're here to help you. And all you wizards are also my creation. And you know what? Fuck you. You cast that spell, I'm fuck you up. And he didn't tell them that. They just cast a spell and he fucking blew them out of the fucking he just annihilated the entire Netherese. Annihilated. So if you look at a map of Faerun, I can pull that up. If you look at a map, you'll see the Netherese desert, which is this big patch of just death in the middle of the continent of Faerun, which is where Io, which is the super god, came down and said, "Fuck you," boom, and just fucking wiped them all out, killed everything. So the only thing that's left of the Netherese are like these long forgotten, like there's like monsters and shit that they made that you know that no one knows why, and there's like there's all kinds of weird shit. And
I'm fucking here for it.
They literally made monsters that ate magic users because they didn't want to have anyone that would compete against them. So they made monsters to eat spellcasters, and they're just these fucking floating things of flesh, and they just fly around and they are completely immune to all magic. And they just fucking kill anything that casts a spell.
That's ridiculous.
So they're awful. They're awful. So the Netherese are like it's kind of like that pride before a fall. It's that hubris and how
Well, not to say that Io's not a huge dick.
No, he's kind of a dick. He's kind of a dick.
Oh, I need to pick a deity in this. I still
When
haven't
I
done
was
that.
playing Forgotten Realms
Tempest is a
second
good one.
edition, I was playing the storyline where Io banished all of the.
It's kind of like a neutral god. He just like he doesn't pick sides because he's all about battle.
That's fair.
It's all about honor and battle and stuff like that.
All he says now, because he
we also have 3
make
daggers.
sure that the other guys did, like,
3 daggers.
Basically.
They'll give you 3 gold for all 3.
Okay. And we have wood carver tools. I don't know if anybody
Oh
wants
yeah.
that.
So
or
if
just
anybody
get
wants to
those.
learn wood carving, that's cool.
Nelson wants the big hard tools.
All right, Nelson gets it.
I don't know how much the tools would be on that one, but I'm assuming it's going to be.
We picked up some navigator tools, which I figure is probably something good to keep.
Nelson's gonna carve some wild shit.
Fishing tackle. I don't know if we need that.
I don't like fishing.
I would keep. I'm just telling you guys.
We should probably
You
keep
probably
that.
should, because if you guys get stuck somewhere and you need to go get some knucklehead trout, you're gonna want to have that shit.
I'll take the fishing tackle.
Okay.
So, anyways, after the Netherese were completely obliterated, there's a lot of their bits and pieces of their empire still around, and one of those things is Chardalyn. Chardalyn comes from the Netherese. They used it basically to make super forged like armor and shit like that. It's like magic armor, like on crack. So,
How many javelins was that?
like if you guys come
I
across
gave you
like
9.
adamantium, you're gonna be like, oh my god, it's so rare, or mithril, and you go, oh my god, it's so rare. And Chardalyn is like even rarer.
Even rarer than that.
Yeah.
That's big 10-4, boss man.
So you can sell it,
I'll keep it.
but selling it here is just you're not gonna get you're not gonna get what it's worth.
I'll hold on to the Charlotte.
But it makes sense that like the Duergar are looking for it. What doesn't make sense is why the fuck is it here in Icewind Dale?
Right.
That's something y'all are gonna have to come with. I'm gonna say that essentially one of you made like she rolled a 20 on her history check, and she's like, this is what I know about. So all this stuff, all this information that I just told y'all came from her. She's like, I remember reading a book about that. Blah blah blah. Netherese, they're a bunch of super wizards that got blasted by a super god, and they're a bunch of dummy butts. She didn't say it like that. I'm sure she said it like that.
Also, though, there's no like official church of Ohio. Like nobody's out there. Like,
Yeah, you don't.
oh, Henry Overfall.
You don't.
Nobody does
He doesn't need worship to be powerful.
Right.
He just is.
He just is the Overmother, and he's just.
He's not just. He's very just like it's. He's basically like the kid with the ant farm. He's the kid, and y'all are the ant farm. Even the gods, all in the ant farm. It's not that he like doesn't care. He does care because he makes sure that the ants are fed and they get stuff. He's just like when the ants start fighting among themselves, he just doesn't get involved.
Oh, it is.
The only time he gets involved is when he says, "These little ants in this group want to become the super ants and rule everybody." He's like, "I'm not gonna. I don't like that idea."
Magnifying glass.
Essentially, yeah, magnifying glass. I'm gonna turn you into a fucking desert. So, occasionally you guys will come across some Netherese. Like there's still like floating cities and stuff like that, and floating citadels and shit. They're just so rare.
Right.
Like people, like sometimes they're like in these like cloud shrouded mountains or whatever, and no one knows that there's actually like a whole fucking city floating up there above the clouds.
19. Oh wait, do we want to just do all this money in the party fund, or are we splitting it up?
We can put it in the party fund.
How much is it?
93 gold.
Oh, throw that. I think that's a good idea.
Okay.
That's going to be good for one of you.
Hey, can I mark it? 90, how much?
93. I sat here and did all this fucking math to figure out how many pieces each person would get, and then was like, why did I even do that?
So every time that you guys crit someone or I crit one of you, there's a chart that I roll. And basically, there is essentially like, it's like a 3% chance that the critical hit does major damage to you, where like your fucking arm is broken. And that's what party funds are good for, because then you could be like, because cure wounds is not going to fix that.
Right.
You're going to have to go to like an apothecary, or you're going to have to go to a cleric in town and be like, can you do a ritual to fix this? Because it's super fucked up. It's so rare for you guys at this level. I don't roll in the chart. I don't roll in the chart until you guys get to like 5th level.
Okay.
So, because I'm not going to break arms right now. You guys don't have any money.
Well, thank you.
I just do it for fun because sometimes I have players that they'll have their arm fucking chopped off, and they'll play that character with that flaw the whole fucking campaign without, and I'm like, dude, that's fucking, and I give him bonus EXP and
Cool shit.
and they get, you know, some. I had one guy who had his, it was his arm. He lost his arm, and then he was able to talk to an artificer or something like that, and he got some sort of like almost
Cool,
like
Winter Soldier.
it was like but it was like more like wood and like warforgey.
Yeah.
And like clunky, so he couldn't do flying shit with it. Was like, I think it had like the hand was, it was like a claw like this. But he was like a fighter type, so he just had like attachments where he took off the hand and he put like a fucking Morning Star on it. He was like, rah!
That's what's up. I in 3.5 aided Pathfinder because they were on the Pathfinder. We played with the crit cards.
I have them.
And there was a guy at our table, Isaac was his name. And I don't know what it was about me and Isaac. Anytime I rolled a crit against him and I pulled a card, I was chopping off a limb. I cut this dude's hand off in like 7-8 campaigns. Wow. So like he would just live with it. He'd be like, well, because if I get it back,
you're just gonna cut off my hand again.
I was just lobbing him off limbs, so he was always like a handed.
He should have just started the campaign with all of his characters having one limb cut off.
Oh, by the way, I don't know.
Oh, you cut off my limb? Good thing it's already been cut off.
This backstory is tragic work accident.
Captain Buck.
I did not read all of the warning posters in the factory.
So provocative.
Have you seen the like videos they show people who are in working factories? Like,
yeah, I had to watch a couple.
Like the most gruesome shit.
I worked on an assembly line at a manufacturing plant.
I didn't know that.
And it was fucking terrible.
My best friend growing up works at a plywood plant now, and he was just telling me about like the shit that they make you watch.
It's pretty graphic. They made us watch that, and then because I was a forklift operator there too, and they make you watch the OSHA, you get killed by forklift video, which is all of them are terrible because they have actual footage of people getting fucking killed by them in the stupidest way fashion. It's like one guy's like, I'm gonna back up off of this ramp and die.
I just
because he falls off, and then he falls out of it because he's not seatbelted, and then it falls on top of it, like it hits the ground. He falls out, and the thing goes teeters, and then crushes. Oh, let me close the shade so you are not.
This plant had an experimental hydrogen-fueled forklift.
Ooh,
that exploded.
That sounds
like, I guess there's some sort of release thing that you're supposed to activate whenever it's on but idle.
Yeah.
And whoever operated it last didn't do that. So the next guy to hop on it, when he did whatever you do to activate the cell, it had just leaked a bunch of fluid out and it fucking blew up.
Wow.
We always get the DUI classes where I show us all the pictures and videos of people getting royally fucked up.
Yeah, we had that in a high school class that I took. And there was a picture of a motorcyclist who's head had gotten chopped off and had an accident and shit. So that's what I need to see.
My last office, they had a picture on the wall with this whole safety thing. And apparently, the story behind it was the dude was mounting a machine gun on top of a turret for his Humvee. And he took a 50 cal round like this and used the butt of it as a hammer.
Oh, come on.
To put a pin in. And the 50 cal round went off and totally just took his almost all his
hands. His hand off, yeah, cool. That's a smart thing to do.
What a fucking retard.
How do bullets work?
I thought you need a special firing pin.
You just know though that there was people doing this beforehand. This must have been a regular.
Yeah, he'd seen somebody doing that.
This seems like a great idea. I've seen everybody else do this. Why not me?
Well, that is some great news. I'm glad that he's out there.
Special kind of century.
Oh, we get the bomb fever.
If anybody was watching, I'm I don't think that's safe.
Well, it's like you get these guys that can take a test real good, but they have no common sense whatsoever.
That's pretty much everywhere.
That me.
I'm not going to say specifically what industry I'm in, but yes.
That me. I got a 97 on my head. I'm the worst soldier on earth.
Well, like my one good buddy whose wife
This is your last story, because then we're going to get into role playing.
Okay. So I had a buddy whose wife decided to become a stripper, and she had a very immature personality. So then she got surrounded by a bunch of immature personalities, and then they ended up getting divorced. And then like 6 months later, it's like, yeah, I got a new girlfriend. Oh, what does she do? Oh, she's a stripper. And I was like,
There's nothing wrong.
so it's
You got
so the one was just like, no, she's like past all that. She's real mature. Oh, okay, fair enough. Man.
Hey, that's fine. I have several work companions who are married to strippers. I think they actually get along with us so well because we see very similar people and deal with very similar people. And I think that a stripper understands better. And I don't even hate to say it. I think it's just you understand each other better. There's a lot of respect there. Plus, I'm a big fan of going into strip clubs and helping. Especially when the bouncer can't handle it. Sure as fuck I can.
Oh, we had a bad one this last weekend, and trying to throw the dude out. It was like basically every single employee other than the bartender, including our DJ, was pushing the guy out the fucking door. So there's nobody in the club to take care of us, and it's like time to like shit. It's not shift change, but stage change.
Yeah.
And so the stage is covered in money, and this one girl standing there like, what do I do? And I'm like, here, I'll help you get your money together. Get the fuck off the stage so I can get up there because it's my turn.
Yeah.
It was
I never really think about the logistics of that.
We have
So you got people for that collect the money after the dances.
Normally we have, because we have such a large club, we have hosts that are like VIP hosts, and when they're slash bouncers as well, so it's like they usually walk around the club, make sure everybody's got what they need, they're doing okay, and then they help the dancers get off and on the stage, and they like gather our money for us onto the side of the stage while we clean the poles and everything and put our clothes back on to get off the stage, and then they help us down and give us all the money, and then they'll walk us to our car at the end of the night and stuff like that.
That's all I remember Jack would talk about something. That's cool.
Yeah.
There's just things that you never.
No, and like the club I worked at in Florida is a small club, so like that they don't have that position. There's just a manager, a DJ, a door person, and a bartender. Like those are the only employees in that club.
Yeah.
So they're all different.
Like,
we just have a really big one.
If you go to like Bourbon Street, there's every type of job, like all the ones that she's talking about, all of them.
Yeah, there's and right now we're like all the strip clubs are hiring because they need more people so they can open back up more because we don't have enough hosts or bartenders or bar backs to be able to run fully. So all of them are hiring. Just please don't come in and apply to be a dancer. Yeah.
They're hiring.
Yeah.
Well, we're hiring. My boss is a fucking moron and only hires people that have no previous hospitality experience. So we've gone through 4 agents in 2 weeks.
If I didn't make a lot of money doing what I do, I'd consider working. But yeah, I wouldn't. It would not fucking be worth it. I can work one day a week and pay my bills.
I could not
You could.
do that.
You could just tell your wife that
It would
you
have
got
to be
a job.
very niche club.
Yeah. No. I mean, I would put you in like Hunko Wasteland. You're a big dude. I think they would put you on bouncer duty real quick.
Oh god. I hate having to do that anyway overnight when I don't have a security person. Because like the drummer a person gets, the more confident they become in their own prowess, and I'm just like, bro, please go away.
Oh yeah, this dude
I don't want to do this. Right?
This dude was stumbling all over the place and causing such a big ruckus, and he like was told to leave. He walked out the door and then walked back in and just started grabbing chairs and throwing them. He like threw chairs into customers and stuff. Oh, it was terrible. It was terrible. Even our like general manager ended up tackling him to the ground because he was so fed up with the guy because the guy would not just fucking walk out. I'm like, dear Lord, welcome to Bourbon.
And then they just wander back to the hotel and just can't vouch for no reason with me. And I'm like, bro, just go to bed.
Basically.
We're rarely called from his first class. We're rarely, but every person I work with is always more than happy to help out. I'll go. I'm always like, come here, Mardell. I'm gonna get a free water, maybe a Red Bull out of this. I get a free show. Totally fine with it. Girls are always nice. Bouncers are always nice. They're always happy to see us.
I'm always
happy and more than happy to take one of those assholes out.
Right.
Love that shit. Because they're always like, no, they're fighting everybody in there, and then they see us and like, oh my god, where'd your asshole tendency go, fuck face? What happened? Now you're a bitch. Okay. We're gonna go outside and have a conversation. Then you're gonna get it back in my car. Well, it's not your phone. It's her phone.
Yeah, my phone's blowing up right now.
No more stories of you putting down strippers. I don't want to hear that anymore. Because I feel like
we're pretty bad bitches.
We're past that now. We are friends here. We don't do that. I don't put down Marines, call them stupid, and eat crayons and shit.
Oh, but that even though it's
100% true, I don't do that.
Even though it's
I mean, I don't, but the guys I work with kind of do. So
eat crayons or
they fit the stereotype.
I tell you what, I see a little kid eating crayon. I'm just not getting involved there. He obviously has shit going on.
The ones are strawberry flavored.
Hey,
oh God.
You eat that crayon. I've never even seen a child eat crayon.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, I haven't, my daughter hasn't even said to herself.
I see a girl named with crayon in his name. I just assume there's some expert in there that I want to know.
So I'm curious if there's like a point when they like get out of like basic training where all of a sudden they get the shit kicked out of them so many times that they just think that the next logical step is just to eat crayons.
I think people just get tired of like being treated like a child. You know, they're like, "Oh, you're gonna yell at me like I'm a child here, so I'm just gonna act like one."
What is the actual term for crayon?
Wax marker.
Because it's a brand, right? Like
Crayola is the brand.
Oh, you know what? You're right. Crayola is a brand. They make crayons. So is that what they're?
Yeah, they're crayons.
I don't think we're even saying that.
Crayons. It's crayon, basically. I'm gonna ask Google or Alexa, even though she won't respond.
Because I think they call it crayon because they're like
Yeah,
Crayola.
she already turned off the wind sounds.
I think she just played one song. Hey Alexa, play Wind Sounds.
I think that one did it.
You said play Sounds of Wind.
You know what?
She didn't get it.
Don't fuck around.
I'm just letting you know what you said.
So when I get older,
It's
it's gonna be a lot.
Okay, no, they're literally called crayons?
Well, technically, it's also pronounced crayon.
Yeah, no, I hate when people say
So we're saying crayons.
crayons. That's how my wife pronounces it.
Crayons.
Crayons.
Like
Crayons.
cranberry.
And I'm like, stop.
Well, it does actually. Crayons is acceptable. According to Google, crayons is acceptable. Crayola crayons.
Okay, no, they're called wax pastels. Crayon is specifically the Crayola brand of wax pastel. Wax pastels.
And they're not like made out of wax.
Like
Like it's not like clear plastic.
Now they're made of crayon material.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
All right, so patent pending Goodmead. Founded by immigrants from Schult and from Wilhelm Reach, Goodmead is nestled between the Red Waters, which is a river, and a nearby evergreen forest.
Ooh.
The town's squat dwellings, adorned with carvings of dinosaurs and serpents, are overshadowed by the two-story structure of the mead hall. Its eaves are carved and painted to resemble wyverns. As honey is the key ingredient in mead, the town is literally buzzing with the droning of bees.
Ooh, bees.
So I sent you guys a picture before
Mhm.
of Goodmead.
You did in fact.
I saw it.
So I'll still here's Goodmead again.
Goodmead. Oh, close to that forest, huh?
Yeah, it's close. Yeah.
Randall's gonna come out.
So just so we're clear about where you guys have traveled from. So we have y'all were you were in Caraconic. So you crossed through, you went past Caradinabal, which you didn't really stop there for anything. You went through to the eastern, you went to the east way, crossed the the crossroads there, and then to Goodmead.
And then Dugan's Hole is the next place
It's
that we
the
were
next,
going to
yes,
go
the
to
next
do the-
obvious place to go. I think the other place that you guys were trying to get to eventually was East Haven.
Oh, I
That's
did
where
not
the
write that down anymore.
that's where the Duergar brother,
Yes, he was told to meet him at
the docks, right?
in
Okay.
East Haven.
All right,
I
so
did not write that one down.
I'm just gonna leave that here so you guys can look at that.
Kind of look at us a good man.
Look at yourselves. You wanna go outside? Come on. Let's go. Go outside before you pee on something.
Oh, never mind. I remember. Damn, I'm dumb. It's right there.
The
I'm
good old mead hall.
No one ever said you were dumb.
no, I just had a brain fart. That's all. Yep.
All right, so there's not much of a population here. You have a population of approximately 100 people that live here year round. I remember the sacrifice things. You know, the town, certain people they did
Mhm.
sacrifice like people.
Mhm.
These people sacrifice warmth. So at night they cut down all their fires and stuff like that.
Every night?
Oh wow.
Every night, yeah.
We're leaving. I don't want to be here.
The only one they don't do is the mead hall, because the mead hall, if they do that, are killing the bees.
On account of people.
I'll stay there.
Just live with the bees.
So you guys make it into town. You got information from the two sisters. They told you that they have been dealing with a difficulty as of late. They recently had you heard that they had 3 barrels of mead stolen from them. It was supposed to be making its way, I believe, to. Here it was supposed to be. Where was it going to? Oh, Bryn Shaddar. So they were supposed to transport these 3 casks of mead to Bryn Shaddar, and they were stolen. And the person who was supposed to be transporting them, or was setting up the transport, was someone by the name of Kendrick Rylesborough. Kendrick Rylesborough was the town speaker. And I say was is because he was killed when these 3 casks were taken.
Oh, okay.
Apparently he was skewered by someone and left for dead, and then they brought him back to the Shrine of the Flaming Sword, which is like their local. It's actually a shrine of Tempest.
Sure.
And they left his body, and he eventually he died. They tried to help him, but he died. So they sent out 5 militia out to go and retrieve the cast, and they have not returned.
So why was the speaker escorting the cast?
He was literally in the town still, and then getting it set up, and then someone came out of the woods while he was setting it up, and he decided to stand his ground, and he got killed by whoever this was, and they took the 3 casts, leaving the dog sled.
Jesus.
Leaving the
They
dog
just
sled.
wanted the mead.
Well, I was
That's
just talking
strange.
about Grendel, so maybe it's
Who's Grendel?
Grendel is the big monster from Beowulf that attacks the mead hall, King Hrothgar's mead hall.
Oh, yes, yes. Okay.
So,
It's been a while since I've read or watched that film.
you guys get to town.
Grendel naked.
You get to town, and you have a couple of places. There's the mead hall itself. There is the mead hall. It's still like what's the equivalent of a tavern. So you can still go there. But when you get into town, most people are relatively friendly with you guys. Some of them have heard of you.
Interesting.
Like you talk to one person, like, I remember you from Carrickona. You were there and you helped us with this. And you're like, I don't remember who you are. And they're like, thank you so much for being here.
Cool.
So people like know you. They have an idea, like, and then so of course that person's like, yeah, it's you guys that did this. And then that person tells the other person across the street selling apples that are frozen.
So frozen apples.
Frozen in blocks of ice. So you get it home, you have it thawed out, and then you get to eat the apple.
At least it'll still be fresh.
It's
soggy.
Fresh-ish. Kind of fresh.
Fresh-ish.
Make it into smoothies. So yeah, you guys, you get other. So besides the buzz of the bees, there's also this extra buzz about you guys. You guys get there. I'm assuming you make your way over to the mead hall to maybe grab some mead per chance. Get some
more information about that.
garner some information.
Yeah.
All right, so it doesn't take too long. It's easily they pointed out to you. They're like, it's a big fucking giant 2-story building. Everything else here is squat buildings except for this giant monstrosity. Like it's right over there. And yeah, you do. You see they have like these it's kind of like let's see. So for decades, this mead hall had 4 decades ago. This mead hall put an end to the town's dependence on knucklehead trout. It has become famous for its honey wine, and it's become extremely popular throughout the 10 towns. The mead hall has a large fire-heated space dedicated to bee husbandry and the nurturing of beehives. Droning bees can be heard throughout the town, though most residents are accustomed to the buzzing, and they pay them no mind. So to you guys, it's like those like thing goes every 10 seconds. There's like another bee in your face.
Love it.
But most of the other people are just completely immune to it. They're just so accustomed to it. So there is an area for there's like bars, like these small bars kind of set up like almost like kiosks where they have different types of like honey wines that they're trying to sell to some merchants that are there, kind of like flights of beer, but it's like flights of mead. They also have rooms here available, like if you guys stay, it's mostly for merchants visiting and who are coming to like buy casks of mead. But apparently someone has already paid for rooms for you guys as soon as you came into town. They're like, oh, we have rooms for you. We have room for you. Thank you so much for coming to help us.
Okay.
Like they know you're here to help them.
How nice if we were like,
It is here to get a couple bites to eat and some wine. They have 3 rooms for you guys. They're gonna put the elf and Horton together, so because they don't have a choice. So they'll put you 2 together, obviously,
Yeah.
and then you'll have your own room. So
You Megan?
You big guy. You big silly guy.
So I mean, when the townspeople was attacked, he was alone, just setting up the barrels for shipment.
Yeah, you can. I'll allow you to make some sort of check with.
I can roll an investigation.
Yeah, let's do investigations. That's fine. Y'all want to do that's fine. So you're just asking around. You guys get a couple drinks. Yeah, so there's like all these different varieties of wine. Some are like iceberry, like mead, and you know, all kinds
Sounds
of
great.
fancy
I
shit.
would love some.
I have wine if you want some.
I'm not drinking right now just because I just came off that shot. I was so sick yesterday. I'm like, no
I
alcohol
just
today.
got my second shot today.
Good luck.
Not feeling too bad so far. I got it at 8 o'clock this morning.
It took mine almost 12 hours, so
Oh, okay, cool.
so you've
I'll
got
be at
about
work.
an hour. Yeah, you got about an hour.
So in an hour, you're going to be retarded.
I'm just gonna eat a crown.
If you
No,
haven't,
not that we're saying that people that eat crayons are retarded.
I'm just gonna seek out a crown.
if you haven't taken any Tylenol yet, I highly suggest taking some Tylenol or like ibuprofen or whatever.
I
Pretty
have
soon.
ibuprofen. I have Aleve.
Did you act my life in it too?
Yeah, you're probably gonna end up with a fever in the next couple hours. Just be prepared.
If I actually do know the fever, I'm not going to work. Fuck that shit.
You should. You should not go to work tonight.
So you're going to pull a Jeff, but you're actually going to follow through. Yeah, that's cool.
I feel bad going off for my work, but then I also don't feel bad because like fuck my boss, he's an asshole.
He isn't. I talked to him.
I can't call out because
He's
I don't
a-
have a schedule.
He's a liar.
He
He
told
lies
me
in my fucking face. I was like, so what's going on? You gonna? Oh, that's really good. Oh, cool. Fucking liar.
yeah, they're literally keeping Tangela on the schedule with the knowledge that she's never gonna be able to come back to work. Like the last time I saw her, what do you call it? Because she had like a gland. It was crazy. She almost died. So the last time I saw her, she was walking from a walker. Like you can't be alone at the hotel overnight if you're not healthy enough to actually be alone. You're not alone. There's no way she's ever gonna be able to come back. I feel bad for her.
Yeah.
But I mean, you're literally keeping her on the schedule so you don't have to pay somebody manager wages. Like that's it. That's the only reason. She hasn't worked since like last August.
Yeah. It's pretty terrible. It's time for you to upgrade your job and go somewhere else.
Yeah.
They clearly do not. I mean, I'm going to throw out the strip club idea again, but I think you can do better than Dumb Jack.
I had a better job lined up, and then COVID. I had a manager position that I was about to get at the Riverside, and then COVID hit, and it was just like everything shut down. I'm actually lucky I didn't get it because if I got it, I would have been the first one let go.
You should get on the.
Yeah.
You should get in on the whatchamacallit for Harris. They're building that new hotel.
Are you talking about Four Seasons?
No, Harris.
Oh right, because they got bought by Caesars or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you know that Sallyport that's on the other side that faces the convention center and faces Four Seasons.
Yeah.
So that big ballet area,
Mm-hmm.
they're completely taking that down and building a hotel straight up.
Because I have applied at the Four Seasons. I have an interview coming up.
So you're gonna have New Orleans, you're gonna have Caesars in New Orleans.
Yeah.
And then across the street you're gonna have Four
The
Seasons.
Four Seasons.
So both of those places you want to get on the ground floor now.
If I get this Four Seasons video, I'm gonna blast myself off. So I'm
Dancing on the ceiling.
I've been trying to get in a luxury property for a long time.
Lionel
Because these full service
Who
properties.
sang that song? Lionel Richie sang "Dance on the Ceiling." You'll be that.
I'll be that. I'll be me.
So we're checking town.
Yeah, getting some information.
So I got 23 on my investigation check. I'm just asking.
All right, so this is what you learned. So Kendrick Rylesborough, very well respected, big dude, known to be very strong, like almost like a giant of a man.
Okay.
And he was in fact killed by what they believe to be some sort of giant.
Because it carried away 3 barrels of meat.
Yeah, but without the dog sled.
Yeah.
They don't know what kind, they don't know how big it is, but they knew that it's like the dude is bigger. So it could be a Goliath.
Right. Obviously big enough to pick it up.
Bigger than a human, a large human.
Yeah.
So, but a Goliath could do it.
Could pull it off.
Yeah.
Has anyone tried tracking it?
I mean, you could. Your character could carry that.
Well, no, you said they sent 5 militia.
They sent 5 militia,
And they never came back.
and they never came back.
Sounds like we got to track those militia.
Probably.
So they said your best bet is to go towards the edge of the wood, and there may be some clues over by the edge of the wood, and then you gotta go from there.
So I guess we'll stay and enjoy ourselves.
Yeah, I would say stay the night,
And then
get a full rest on,
hit up the.
and then make sure your spells are not retarded. Specifically you, and playing Horton. Thorn Whip.
Flaming spear.
Oh, yeah, I need a long, wait, okay, so if I take a long rest, do I get all my hit points back?
Yeah, you guys are you rested. You gotten you stayed. We're gonna say you stayed in Karen Koenig for like 2 days to rest up.
Okay.
You all healed up before you made the travel because you guys were kind of fucked up.
Yeah. I
You
had
did
like
good,
almost
though.
half my hit points.
You did good. You did good. Even if some people didn't do as good as others, and I'm specifically blaming actual Jack because he gave them.
I felt like an idiot after the fact because she was all fucked up. I'm like, yeah, here's my healing self. And like, that was the end of it. And it was like, oh, okay, now we're going to go back to town and heal up. I'm like, I paid good money on this shit.
You can have it back.
I was worth it.
You can just put it back, and we'll just say that one of the sisters had one in the back. Oh, I have this healing salve that I had no use for. You're a big, strong, strappy man. Here you go. Boom. That's how the DM fixes it.
I like her weird, like 20 seconds. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, you
You're the only person in
got
town who talks like this. Everybody's like, you don't know what happened.
Yeah, see here.
Next time, better than that.
You too can get your own healing salve.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you see here, yeah. You won't get me covered. Yeah.
How did anybody back then not just dial that?
It's like the announcer dude from the Legends of Korra.
That's exactly what I was thinking about next time on the Avatar.
All right, so we did the sleepy sleep, and we ate the breakfast, and now we're heading for the woods.
Sleepy sleep in the
The
breakfast.
Brecky Breck.
Brecky breck.
Sleepy sleep, brekky brek, on the way to the woody woods.
Very adult. Like, here we're all around here.
We're playing a role-playing game with figures and books at a table. What the fuck do you expect?
Super mature. All right. So we get the Brecky Breck.
Some of us dress up, and some of us don't.
I'm half dressed up today. Only halfway there.
Really, you
Put the ears on.
put the ears on.
Yeah.
You did some,
That's the outfit.
did some makeup. You got mostly white on.
Yeah.
You got crazy boots.
I didn't. Yeah.
They're crazy.
I don't have a lot of white bottoms.
You're just
so.
like a criminal minding your own business in the tundra. And then just an all white cat that you didn't see because it was all like just fucking appears. Who chooses a life of banditry in D&D? I feel like you're asking for some crazy shit to happen.
No, you have to realize that you're an adventuring party.
Right.
There's not thousands of it. This isn't like we're playing like Elder Scrolls online. And there's a bazillion people running around murdering everyone. No, it's like you guys and maybe another adventuring party like 100 miles away or 300 miles away. And that's it. For the most part, yeah, being a bandit sounds fucking great. What do? You sit in the woods, you wait for stupid merchants to come by with their one. They don't even have a fighter protecting them. No, they have a guard or maybe 2 guards. What do? We come out, we say, look, we're going to take all your shit, and if you say anything, we're going to kill you all. You're not really going to kill them all because you're kind of a nice guy. You're like not neutral evil, maybe chaotic neutral.
Kids back home.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna take all your shit.
You're going to take all their
That's
shit.
all your stuff.
You're gonna strip them down. We'll leave them naked because it's always funny. And then you're gonna go back to your hideout, which is just a fucking shithole. It's not cool. You're not part of an adventure path, so you don't have to have a cool one.
Right.
Because you know the cool ones that adventure paths are? They're always some abandoned ruin that's like got some
bad
crazy shit down below in the basement that no one even knows about. That's how it works. If you're just average bandit in average world, your life's not that bad. I would consider it.
I mean, insurance fraud's not even a thing, really.
I mean, you're not going to get paid much to be a fucking guard.
I certainly wouldn't fight to protect Caravan if I was a guard. They'd be like, give me all the stuff. I'd be like, that's your shit, guy. I'll get paid for this crap. That's how I feel at the hotel all the time.
No.
Every time I lost it, somebody comes in here and robs me, that's their own.
If I'm living in that world, man, I'm being a paladin, man. It just seems the way to go. You get free food everywhere you go.
Right. Especially if there's
You're basically like the equivalent of like the FBI agent, but cool. If you're like an air marshal.
You show up and if there's a church you're out of town, they just help you just
Yeah, you just help. You get all the best equipment because you're paid for by the church.
Right.
Pick a cool guy so you're not like a loser.
Right. Something that's gonna be in.
Don't pick something like tier where it's all like law and justice.
Right. Everybody's like, get the fuck out.
Pick something more fun.
Right.
like my friend in our campaign, that her goddess is Callistria.
I love
So she just fucks everybody. It's
Yeah,
great.
like that's a good. Yeah, if you're gonna be a paladin of Callistria, that's. I'm gonna.
What? How?
Sex and revenge and trickery.
Oh man, like
It's like Enoch.
Yeah.
Enoch fucks everybody. My character was fucking everyone to the point where I was trying to make Jack fucking feel weird about it. I don't know if you noticed me do that. You're like, so what does she look like? She's pretty. I'm like, well, can you describe her to me? She's like, why? I'm like, because I want her now. And then I go and try and fuck her. I'm like, what are you doing? Well, I'm gonna go fuck her. Why?
Obviously.
Because I have a charisma of 18
Because
and
she has
I
a lead.
fuck shit.
Yeah.
I'm a whore. I'm going to fuck that. Yeah. Nothing wrong with that. That's Enoch's character.
Oh, it's really great because our DM goes into full detail of her sexual encounters. So at the beginning of this last session, she goes up to this house or whatever, and it's like these three guys are unloading some stuff to move into this house, and you can tell that somebody's moving into the house. And it looks like it's three guys, and then all of a sudden she notices one of them is a centaur. And when she walks up and the centaur notices that she's in her Callistria robes, because she's now like the priestess for them, he automatically knew what was going on. And so, yep, him and the other two dudes all go in the back and put the chick on the couch and fuck her. They all take their turn, and he goes into...
by a centaur.
Yeah. So he was the last one to go, and she took the whole dick and loved every moment of it. And then there was buckets of jizz that they had to clean up. And this is full detail. Did you want to watch it? Just go to my fucking Facebook, my Twitch, my YouTube, my Twitter, and you can find it. It was just 2 days ago.
I
It's fucking
definitely
great.
encourage any of you guys want to get into some sort of like character romance. I will describe it
It's amazing.
because that's fucking funny. And
I don't know that the cat would have sex with any of you.
I don't know that Nelson knows what that is.
Probably not. Probably not.
He was raised in a library.
The centaur was the center of attention.
Centaur.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
how do you
was. It
do
was
the
great.
mounting on that one without fucking breaking something? It's a lot of weight.
He put her, she was on a couch, and he put her at the edge of the couch, and he put his
front
hooves at her shoulders, and his back hooves were on the ground.
Man, she fucking got railed.
Yep. Yeah, this was a good, like, 20-minute story time. It was fucking great.
Centaurs, I think about how, so like a baby centaur. It just seems like it would be a weird looking fucking thing, right? Because baby horses can walk like 5 minutes after they're born, but human babies do something fucking.
I think there's some sort of reasonable expectation. I believe that maybe they come out a little bit more like.
No, I need it to just be like human baby, just uncontrollable.
So think of, like a baby, like baby goats. how they like hop in really weird random ways.
Yes.
It's that, yeah. It's that. Anyway, so yeah, we go to the edge of the woods. Now that we're talking about weird sex.
We find a weird baby centaur.
If this group doesn't talk about sex in some degree, I'm going to question you guys.
What have you done with my flames?
What have you done with them? Actually, any group that doesn't talk about sex to some degree.
Oh, we have plenty of dick and jizz conversations.
Yeah. This belief is very entertaining. So, yeah, you guys make it to the edge of the woods. And yeah, it's still really cold out. You guys have that kind of dusk, like that look that everything is still kind of dark, but you have it's better than dim light. Let's put it that way. You're like halfway to dim light, but you can tell that you're like midday essentially. As far as the sun can help you,
right,
with being midday.
In this stupid winter death zone.
Yeah. As you guys are standing there towards the edge of the forest, a figure in cold weather gear lurches out of the woods in plain view and is running as fast as he can through the deep snow towards you. Slung over his back are a pair of animal traps, one of which appears to contain a panicked fox.
Still alive?
Yeah. And he's just like, he's just busting through the snow. He like goes right towards you guys unless you guys move or something.
I was tempted to shoot him with an eldritch blast, but it seems more or less harmless.
Yeah,
So
he seems like a small human.
I'll just wait till he arrives.
I'm gonna scoot out this way and be like,
Yeah,
this
maybe
guy's
move,
not
but
running
looks
into
like
me,
he's
so.
Excuse me. Hello. Sir.
He's like, yes, you, I need help. Wait,
what?
I found a grisly sight. A grisly sight.
Is it a bunch of dead people?
Yeah. How did you know?
Well, we're here looking for that.
Take me to your leader.
Take me to the dead people.
He describes a grisly scene of five men and that are in a clearing with their skulls and chests stove in. Stoved in. Stoved. Everyone's been stoved.
I guess it's TV.
He came straight away to alert the town. So he basically just tells you guys that. So yeah.
You don't have to go back.
So there's literally this little fox in one of his cages.
Also, how much for that?
What?
The fox in
I can't part for less than a gold.
your cage.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
He just hands you the whole cage. He bites the coin. He's like, and then takes off towards the town.
Why the fuck did you just buy a fox?
Because now we got a fox. You don't mind that fox. I'm gonna trade it. It's gonna be my little fox money.
So you're gonna have a fox and a dragon.
Yes.
Get the fuck out.
By the way, you don't know where your dragon is right now.
Okay.
Great.
Maybe it'll listen to me better than Memphis.
Look at the pseudo dragon one more time just to make sure I'm on the same page.
We'll put a little dried meat ration in the cage for the fox.
He seemed kind of docile. It's just kind of like looking at you, and it looks like his tail is wagging slightly.
Unless he's trying to lure me into a false sense of security.
It's a fox. Foxes don't do that.
Fox is just dog hardware with a cat's
And they laugh and they squeal.
One of our viewers said, "What does the fox say?"
I remember when that song came out, I was in college.
Yip, yip, yip,
You could
yip,
not
yip.
go 5 minutes without hearing someone on the clock just screeching.
Ding 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 ding. Have you seen the music video? Because that shit is
the video.
The video's the
weird.
best.
Yeah.
It's all like in the forest.
Oh my
And the
god.
granddad's making
Fish
all the
goes
sound
blub.
Yep.
And the seal goes ow, ow, ow. But there's one that no one knows.
Ding 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 ding.
Yeah. Because 5 minutes while I was in college, I heard somebody just scream some crazy fox bullshit.
We play that song in Spirit Halloween, so I hear it multiple times every year.
It's such a great song.
It's fun.
Classic.
It is classic.
Of course, then I looked it up and fox is just sort of barks, so.
Yeah,
Yip, yip,
they kinda
The
yip.
closest one is the
It's
yip.
like, it's like a
Yip,
yipping,
yip, yip.
yipping bark. And they're very playful and silly.
Thank you.
So do you let them out of the cage or?
I'm concerned it's going to run off a little bit.
Yeah, I probably will.
You don't let him out? Yeah, he's probably just going to
Yeah, let him out, and then he's just gonna run away.
Just gonna run.
Yep.
I'm going to give him a little food.
You let him out. You let him out. He just kind of hops down the ground.
Give him some pets.
He actually lets you pet him. He's extremely docile.
Boom.
And he just hops around in the snow around you guys and doesn't leave.
Fox pet now. Done. We got to name him at some point.
Charlie.
Charlie. Done.
Hey, Charlie!
Charlie the fox.
It's Candy Mountain, Charlie.
Oh, God.
Charlie.
It's a little time, Charlie.
Oh, and the other one, the little kid. Ow, Charlie, that really hurt.
How about the Charlie bit my finger?
Charlie.
Charlie.
Charlie bit me.
Any kid would appreciate that.
Y'all can follow the trail that he took if you want,
Yes.
that he came from, because it's basically going to lead you back to where
To
he
the-
found the
to the
grizzly
scene of
scene.
death.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Should
that's
we
where we're
leave
going.
Should we leave Charlie the fox at the mead hall?
I'm not going back now. Okay,
That's
look. If you look at the map and the mead hall's over here and
you
we're in
know
the woods over here, fuck,
That's
we're
how
not
much
going back.
snow walking you have to do.
Yeah, we're not going back. We're not going
Charlie
back.
the fox is coming.
That's 1,000 feet of snow walking.
Yeah, we're
Charlie
not.
the fox is
He 100% follows you, by the way. No qualms.
Why does everything follow you? What the fuck?
I have a way with creatures.
No, the fox is following the group. It's not following him.
Fucking Twigman, pseudo dragon, fox.
Just try to collect all.
Gotta catch up.
So you guys have seen, as you're walking, he keeps on fretting about the pseudo dragon.
I am a little bit concerned.
He's like, "Where is Memphis? Where is Memphis?" And at this point, at one point he turns around, and you guys notice that Memphis is hanging from his like cloak and is asleep. And Memphis is just like, he's got he's got his claws into it, and it's just because he's so little.
Nelson, your friend is on your back.
You just like grab your.
True.
Yeah, sure enough.
No.
Sure enough, he's right there.
He's safe, I guess.
He's like fucked up your cloak, but it doesn't look like you could shake it and he's not coming off. He's like stuck on it.
So Jesus. All right, he'll wake up a bit.
Yeah, he will.
Or he's
He'll
dead.
and then he'll agree to you.
If he was dead, I don't think he'd be clinging on that tight.
God. Into the woods to find the grizzly.
So
scene.
into the woods, deep in the woods, amid snow-covered pines, you discover the remains of the 5 militia members, who look like they have been clubbed to death. New fallen snow has already begun to settle on their corpses. So you have this like grisly scene, but then you have like this snow kind of freshly damped over it, and then you're like, so it could be pretty.
Right, if it wasn't so horrifying.
I mean, their heads, they're like bulls. That's how badly their heads have been smashed in, and their chests are fucking crushed.
Well,
They were super fucked up. They have all their equipment and everything. They're just,
so I mean, like, is it?
I mean, they had shitty equipment.
Is the ground like churned up? Like,
Oh yeah, it's all fucked. There's fucking blood everywhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can we tell how long it's been since the incident happened? Like how much snow is covering up? Can we see
Investigation check.
prints? 18.
18. Well, the bodies are still slightly warm. Slightly warm. It's so fucking cold out here, but you kind of like reach underneath one of them, like underneath like an arm. You're like, you can feel a little bit of warmth. So you're thinking maybe like an hour or two.
Okay, so not very long then.
Roll a 19 survival to try to find tracks or something of one.
You got an 18?
A 19.
A 19, yeah. You definitely find tracks easily, and you can identify the tracks as belonging to a large giant. So large in size.
Like large size category?
Yeah, large size.
So
category.
giant, but still could
so
be
like
Goliath.
maybe I put the zombie ogre.
Yeah.
Like same size as the zombie ogre.
It takes up 4 squares on that.
Yes.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Well, that's the ogre that you guys fought. So.
That's large.
At least it's not huge, which would be like 6. 6 by 6.
So like this guy.
Yeah.
That's how big it is.
Oh, how big the creature is, or how big its foot is?
How big?
Okay.
I
thought its footprint was that big. I was like, oh
I
dear
have
God,
ones.
we're gonna die.
I have ones for that too. I have titans and stuff.
That's like a gargantuan, yeah.
Yeah, I have titans they'll take up they'll do a 4x4 square.
Wow.
Is gargantuan the one I got rid of, or was it colossal?
Colossal, they got rid of. I have a colossal.
What is this creature?
That's a creature from Star Wars, actually.
Oh.
From when I don't know if you remember from the Star Wars films when they had that little chessboard inside of the Millennium Falcon.
I've never watched Star Wars. I'm the worst. I've seen bits and pieces
you
of it.
could double your income on all your stuff that you're doing. Are you kidding me?
I've gotten so many artists of Star Wars.
Princess Leia get up?
I could still wear it. I know who she is and what she looks like.
You gotta fucking know a little bit.
Yeah, I know what she looks like.
Wearing that outfit, she kills a giant slug creature with some chains, so that's cool.
And I know the hot, sexy slave girl outfit that everybody wants to see her in.
Yeah,
slave labor.
Yeah. So, I mean, I know enough.
You know.
Yeah, the actress herself wanted an outfit like that. She wore a rose like all through the first one. She was like, I want to wear something sexy in the second movie.
Totally understandable.
Those movies are like genuinely so cheesy.
They're awful.
Especially the first one.
You need to shut your fucking hole.
It is, and I like Star Wars. No, it's real cheesy stuff. Like it's got.
I'm sure when it came out, it was great.
Stop talking.
The problem is that it's 2021.
I can put a random encounter in here real quick. That is not going to be good for your character.
Right now.
So remember I was talking about those Netherese,
Oh my God.
spellcaster eaters? Yeah.
Oh.
Just going to have a hankering for fucking warlock.
Well, I guess you and Horton are going to have to say goodbye. I'm not a spellcaster in this one. Yeah.
Well, it's not going to be Horton because he's not here. Yeah, I don't kill characters that aren't here, but the players at least have to be here. I will wait though, because if it's like they should have been fucking killed, or they're stupid and they do dumb stuff, I will definitely kill them. But I prefer not to kill characters unless you're trying to kill yourself because you want to make a new character. Some people just don't like their characters. So.
If Nelson does, just bring it back. New Nelson.
With Artificer.
His name's still going to be Nelson. He's going to look exactly the same. But his name will be Delson. Definitely not Nelson.
You all right there, Kevin?
Yeah.
You're gone for a while.
Just a little poop. Just a little poop.
A little poop is fine. I mean, a big poop's fine too. I just want to make sure you're okay.
Did everything come out?
Are you eating your fiber?
I didn't want to match.
Well, we do have them in just for that.
I was astonished when I found out that really works.
It's not the actual burning; it's the after. It's the smoke.
That's interesting.
Yeah, if you light a match if you blew up your bathroom
I do that all the time.
and you light the match and then you blow it out and then you just let that smoke, the sulfur kills the smell of the thing.
I just tell people not to
Shit
use my
smell.
toilet.
I'm using that poopery stuff, you know, you
Oh, I
spray
love the
bowl
poopery.
before you poop, and then it's just like it never happened.
Poopery is great.
You did because I see the poopery.
Yeah, I mean, like, you spray poopery in there, and
You put a film down to cover your poop.
I don't care if they know.
Oh, my
I just
Lanta.
don't smell
I feel bad for anybody that smells my poop.
it. Can we follow this creature's tracks?
Maybe it.
Yeah,
What
please.
is in your diet?
Oh my lord!
I have a digestion issue,
Oh, that's fine.
unfortunately.
Happens to the best of us.
I can't eat eggs anymore.
My
Just that you drop
coworkers-
serious eggs.
Eggs they're bad, dude. Really
My
bad.
coworker, like, has developed like lactose intolerance at this point in his life. He's like 35 or so, and just will not stop eating things with cheese and shit, you know. And so every time I work with him overnight, he's just gone for like 6 to 8 hours, just on the toilet, just demolishing the bathroom.
Sushi got me bad on Monday. I don't know what was in the sushi that got me bad, but
Probably not the fish in the
it's crab roll. It's just a
Oh,
no
crab
from
roll, really?
Akira,
I was
an
gonna say,
actual
I was
like
just
sushi
reading a
hibachi
report-
restaurant.
I was reading a report about the commercial fish and how a large amount of fish is like improperly labeled, like when it's leaving the fisheries.
Oh, that's
So
fucked
the
up.
vast majority of the time, like the fish you think you're eating is not the fish.
It was literally just
But it's still
crab.
fish, and that's all I care about.
about.
Even fish that's not the fish that I thought it was is still better than the cow meat I was gonna eat.
Fair.
Because the cow meat is gonna fuck up my heart, but that random fish that's weird looking, that's probably okay.
Probably.
Probably.
Because once it's been processed, all they're going off of is like the color of it, right?
Yeah,
White
like,
fish
I
looks
know-
like white fish.
I know, like,
It's all-
salmon.
it's all
Yeah.
different.
Like salmon, unless it's actually fresh salmon, it's not like, it rarely has that pink color.
Right.
Like the one you get at the store, they put fucking pink color in it to make it look like fresh.
Look,
I've
there's
seen
salmon.
fresh salmon and it's not that pink. It is not that color. It's like a light pink. And
It's like the shady butchers that when they have ground meat that's been sitting out for a while, they'll take it and then they'll add a little bit of fresh ground meat, blend it back up, and put it back in the package so it looks like redder and fresh.
Yep, so it doesn't look as dry.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck this world.
oh, it's fucked.
Yeah. I'm just gonna stop eating altogether. It'll be
You
fine.
can't do that.
I wish I
I
could.
need to hear more stories
You
about
just
pooping.
eat crayon, it's fine. You always know it's in a crayon.
Oh god.
Listen, yeah, you can always just go to eat.
Nope, never mind. I'm going back to eating food now.
Crayons are made from crayon
Crayon
material.
material.
Wax.
All natural crayon dust.
I don't think I'd poop again. At least then you won't have to smell my
Well,
egg
at
farts.
least you wouldn't have to live with eating crayons for very long.
Or it could be like.
I don't know, it says non-toxic on the box. Probably just back you up real
Yeah, exactly. I just won't poop anymore.
All right, so you guys are going to follow the tracks of this large giant
bit.
towards wherever it's going.
Yes.
Okay, there's like for a little while there's a bit of blood trail, but then it kind of stops. But you can still see the footprints. They're so obvious.
Against our better judgment, we're gonna follow this thing that has murdered at least 6 people.
While you guys are walking, again, you still have the thoughts with these just hopping around being silly. I mean, at one point he was sniffing one of the bodies, but then kind of moved away.
That's a dead person.
But yeah, he's completely content. He or she is completely content just following you there. At one point, you guys come across a small clearing, and so if we're in a walking order down a trail, who's in lead?
Okay.
It's Goliath and Horton.
And then probably Nelson.
No, you're.
I don't want to be. You don't want me at the very back in case we get ambushed, because I'll get murdered. There's 5 people in this room. I fucking forget that there's.
Yeah.
You can't forget about actual Jack, who's still sleeping and possibly dead in his room.
That's fine.
Hopefully not. He still hasn't messaged me or anything either. Oh well.
That's crazy. I'm actually worried now.
Apparently
No,
I'm
he
not
does
good
this
at
like every
tracking,
fucking
so I'm
day.
just kinda like-
Every day?
Yeah,
That's
you just-
problematic.
Does he
Yeah.
work nights or something?
No, he claims that he has insomnia, but then just sleeps until like 8 p.m. No, he just stays up all night and then sleeps all day. I don't think that's how insomnia works. That would mean that he'd be up for forever.
Insomnia usually you just really can't sleep. It's crazy. When you sleep in short
What?
bursts.
It says the person I'm trying to reach is not accepting calls this time.
Me?
No, not. Why would I call you?
Oh,
Actual
him.
Jack.
Oh, because his phone's probably turned off, or his phone could be dead. But
it says this person is not accepting calls this time, so you sure.
so he probably didn't pay his phone
he didn't
bill.
pay his phone bill, so he
But
has
his
no
phone-
idea.
Is connected to
Why?
the Wi-Fi, so I was calling him on Facebook. I Facebook called him, so it would have rang.
Oh, yeah, let me try that one. Wait, I don't know him on Facebook.
Unconscious.
I only know you on Facebook.
And it doesn't. So he had to have woken up at some point between 1 o'clock and 4 o'clock because he read my message that said, "Do you want to get up so we can go to the store?" That I messaged at 1 p.m. And then I called at 4, and he didn't see that. So he woke up at some point. He's probably not dead. He's probably just sleeping.
Read the message.
Sucks because I was really mean to him last time. I wanted to be mean to him. I was mean to Molly as well, but
I think
Not
they're
as
mean to
bad.
Everybody.
I'm really mean to everybody. You're right. I'm sorry, y'all. I'll try and be nicer.
The first time I was like,
I've
this is
had
great
players
group
where
of
I've been
people.
so mean to them, apparently, that I've had to have other players come after a game and be like, "Hey, man, you're gonna have to lay off on."
Oh my God.
You're gonna have to lay off on Joe because he's getting really upset. I'm like, I'm just fucking around. He's like, yeah, but then he can't deal with your personality. I'm like, I'm kind of a mean dick. You know? I really like you guys. If I didn't fuck with you, if I don't fuck with you, then I really don't like you. You know who I stopped fucking with?
Oh, not actual Jack.
Not actual Jack. You remember that when he got all fucking fussy?
Yeah.
He's like, drop it. I'm like, dude, I'm not fucking with you. You're an asshole. Fuck you, dude. Fuck you and the horse you rode in on.
That's what he said to me.
Apparently, he spilled his life with Roll 20. That's what he told me last time.
He's been playing Roll 20.
Yeah, like 4 different games or whatever. I'm like, good for you, bud.
Good for you, guy.
We need another player. We need one more player. That would be good because Jeff is just unreliable.
Well, that's because his job just suddenly started being rude and scheduling him every Wednesday. And now he's mad because they are scheduling him every Wednesday and trying to work him full-time hours but refuse to give him full-time benefits.
What's that bullshit?
That's why I thought he was going to call out tonight. But he was like, if they schedule me again next, I guess what he was saying when he messaged me was if they schedule me next Wednesday.
Yeah.
But when I see next Wednesday, I'm thinking like the most upcoming Wednesday, as in today.
Yeah.
But
This Wednesday.
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, we'll probably play again next Wednesday. 3 times in a row. Gonna make up for a lot of time we lost for COVID.
Alright, let's find the giants.
Oh, yeah, so-
Who's been murdering
So you're
people.
walking through the woods in this exact order,
Approximately.
approximately. I'm sure there's some sort of deviation. You
Something
know,
like this.
something like this. You're
There's
I'm
a
not
fox
going
around
to draw.
Somewhere.
I'm not going to draw the woods. They're large trees. We're talking large conifer trees, very tall. You know, for the most part, they're thick bases. And yeah. As you guys are walking through the trail, all of a sudden, I don't know. You can make a perception check because you're up front.
Sure.
Horton can't because he can't even hear the who. So.
Jesus.
11 plus
1.
12.
12.
Oh, great.
Okay, yeah, no, I mean, you do see it right before it happens, but you can't really get out of the way of it. This tiny figure, roughly about this tall, steps out from like nowhere and then throws a tiny snowball at you, which hits you right in the chest.
Amazing.
It is a Chewanga, but it's not Chewinga. Sorry, Chewinga. You are familiar with Chewingas as a Goliath from the mountains. They are Chewingas are tiny elemental spirits that live in plants, rocks, and rivers. They literally live in them. And they are found in cold climates also, and they live in ice and snow. They're painfully shy, and they prefer to move unseen. They resemble 6-inch tall animated dolls with mask-like faces, spindly arms, and wild hair. They are ridiculous. I mean, let's be clear.
I think that's Princess Mononoke.
They are ridiculous looking.
We hung out with one for a while. I think you were there for a little bit.
Yeah, they are kind of cute.
I don't know.
Like towards the.
Like right whenever we traded him in, I think.
Yeah.
So, he pops out, throws described as a wee snowball, which hits you, and once he does that, he starts kind of dancing in the snow. Just like this, like capering, just like
Creepy doll thing just threw snow sphere at me.
You guys step out, and you guys all see the Chewinga.
It's Twigman's brother.
Twigman's brother.
Maybe.
Relative cousin.
The Chewinga basically, like, it's dancing all of a sudden, just like where this is, and it's like, and then it turns towards you guys, and like is kind of looking through you, and then makes a beeline. It just starts running towards you guys, and then starts dodging around you guys, and then it gets in front of the fox. And it stands in front of the fox, and then it bows to it. It bows to the fox, and then it holds out what looks like an ice berry, which is one of those rare berries that are up in the north. Mm-hmm. Holds out the ice berry, and then the fox gingerly takes it and gobbles it up right away. If you guys don't intercede at any point, basically, they just have some sort of like almost like internal conversation, and then it starts petting the fox, and the fox is like gets down on its back and starts like growling, but playful growling, and like kind of like a dog just hops down on its back and starts scratching its own back and burying its belly, and then it gets up and then twirls around the Chewinga several times and then kind of lays down on the ground next to it. And the Chewinga just like looks at y'all and just hops on the back of the fox. Fox stands up.
Oh, it's about to ride off. We've seen this before.
Charlie, would you like to bring your little friend along with us? We've hung out with one of those little friends before, and they're pretty cool. You guys want to tag along?
Also, you see the
so he rides up to the front of the group and then looks at you and has this kind of like looks up at you as a and is like waiting for permission. He's like,
"Oh, you want to lead the way? Go ahead."
I mean, he doesn't have a face, so he's just like a blank face. His little thumbs just doing this, and then it's like this.
I think he wants us to flow.
No, you're not getting that sense at all. You're getting the sense that he's like, I'm going to take this fox now. Is that cool with you?
Yeah, I just let that keep following trail.
So it bows, and the fox, as though it was trained, bows with him.
Aww.
How cute! And then it rides away.
Not just rides away.
Oh,
Hopefully it doesn't leave us.
Fly off.
It explodes.
Jesus.
It explodes.
Gore flies everywhere.
Fox fur.
Let's see.
I'd be sad. I don't want to lose the chewing gum or fox friend. I want them to be our friends for life.
I feel like if I was anything less Goliathy, I would be charmed. Moved by their local antics. But like a hardened barbarian.
He's like,
who's like,
that's nuts.
cool. Keep moving.
So it blesses you with the charm.
Oh, nice.
So Twigman never gave you his charm, which is not a bad thing because you're actually just going to get a charm later. But he gives you an immediate charm, which is Charm of the Snowball Strike.
Okay.
You get this because you happen to be the lead, so it assumed you're the leader of the group. It doesn't give it everybody, it just gives you it. So this charm has 5 charges. You can write this down. You have 5 charges of the Snowball Strike. As a bonus action, you can expend one of your charges to create a magical snowball in your hand and throw it. You must have a hand free to hold the snowball, or the charge is wasted. A snowball is a magic ranged weapon with which you are automatically proficient. It has a normal range of 20 feet. You don't have to write down all this. I'm just giving you the stats now. Its normal range is 20 feet. Its long range is 60 feet. So just do 20/60. It deals 1d4 cold damage on a hit, and it scores a critical hit on a 19 or 20. If you score a critical hit with the snowball, the target is blinded until the end of the next turn. Snowball vanishes immediately after you hit or miss with it. And at the end of your turn, if you don't throw it, obviously it'll also disappear. Once all the charges have been expended, the charm vanishes from you.
That's cool.
They just gave you a little magic snowball you can throw at people.
Yeah, 5 snowballs. Yeah, 5 snowballs you throw at people. It's good for you because you don't have a lot of range stuff.
Other than the javelins.
It's a good thing.
Give them all the javelins.
Since it's a thrown weapon, do I have my strength?
Yeah. Yeah, because it's magic.
Throws the hell hard.
Fucking throws it so he's like fucking, yeah, he's like Will Ferrell from Elf.
Oh, God.
That's what he said. But his snowballs look like. They get fucking, he's like sailing like across and just hits the dude, fucking cracks him in the skull, and it's just like, oh yeah, I did 1d4 cold plus 5 strike damage.
It does the same damage. It does the same damage to die as a dagger, so it is the equivalent.
Yeah,
of
he's
sadness on his life.
yeah. From a distance. It's great.
And if you crit the life, it's just like a snow in the eyes.
Sounds
assassin's weapon.
Fucking Chewingus.
Why is this kid dead in the street? I don't know. I saw him
So a
throw
couple
snowball
minutes later, the Chewinga comes back out.
Oh shit.
Except this time Twigman's riding on his back. With the other comes over, waves to all of you, and then blesses you with his charm because he forgot. You get the charm of the Traveler's Haven. This charm has 3 charges. As an action, you can expend one of the charms to cast Lemon's Tiny Hut spell. No components required.
Leon's Tiny Hut.
Yes. Once all the charges have been expended, this charm vanishes.
Oh, Leon's.
Oh, Leomund is Leomund. So basically, it's create free shelter for you guys to sleep in for a night.
How many charges is that?
3.
That's cool.
That's like you guys are fucked in a blizzard. You need to get the fuck out of here because even with your cold resistances, a fucking blizzard will fuck you up.
I will
Yeah.
use this power granted to see
Normal weather kills him. So
yeah.
normal weather kills actual Jack, and a stiff breeze kills Horton because he's a southern elf.
Oh, it's really cold in here, guys. Oh.
That's like legit a level 3 spell.
Yeah, no, it's a good spell. You get like a whole fucking, it's like it creates a tiny shelter but you go inside and it's like this big, large fucking room. So it's like something out of like Harry Potter. Remember when they had that tent where and it was just like a little tent, but you go inside, there's multiple rooms and shit.
That's amazing.
That's exactly what it is. Actually, Harry Potter probably. What's her face stole it from D&D. Like most of the shit she had.
What was the spell called? Some of Mordecai's Magnificent Mansion or whatever.
Yeah. But the Leomund's is very similar. It's just a smaller version of it. It's a great spell. It's like a ritual spell.
It's not even in my spell list.
Yeah, well, it's under ritual. So if you become a ritual caster, you can do that. So those are usually, I think, the ritual spells are somewhere in the back. It's a nice little spell.
9 creatures of medium size or smaller can fit inside with you, so up to
10 people.
Medium or smaller people.
Yeah. Pseudo dragon doesn't count because he's your little companion.
Sure.
Yeah. So. Which, by the way, hasn't woken up.
What was that?
It hasn't woken up yet, but you notice that it's now upside down. You didn't notice that it turned at all. Until you figure out where it sleeps next.
Is that a rabbit?
Yeah, that's right.
Bunny.
What is it doing?
I can't see it. You can
Being
see
the
it.
bunny.
What is it doing?
It's hard to say.
What do you mean it's hard to say?
I couldn't even tell which direction it was facing until it started looking directly at me. It's bigger than I thought.
Yeah, it's a nice sized bunny.
He's like this big.
It's not little.
All right, onward towards the death.
You don't know that it's going to be death, but it probably is going to be.
Judging by the literal evidence of dead bodies that
You don't know that it's going to be your death that you're clearly walking to.
it just Nelson's death to me. It just targets Nelson.
It was a fruit snowball accident.
Kill you.
It's whole with a D.
By the way, the fox was a white fox.
No, it's whole.
I don't think I told you guys, but it was
It's whole?
whole.
Where's the hole?
I don't know, but that's what the thing says.
I feel like that's an obvious suggested name for a town.
So, like,
Maybe the
Dugan's
20
hole.
stones
It's
of
a hole.
Thrun. That looks like a hole.
That's a horrible.
It's whole? I thought it was old.
I thought it was also until I saw the map.
Sweet God.
The map. The map. The map. The map. The map.
On the map!
On the map, on the map, on the map, on the map.
So you know that dude was supposed to write a song for the map. Forgot all about it in the day of the presentation.
There's a video on somebody doing
And I
that.
was like, I'm sorry.
Great.
And then all his bosses were like, yes! Kids will love that.
Give me a second, y'all. I just gotta look something up here so I can kill you. So I can help you guys out.
Yeah.
And there's some weird shit once you guys get out of these basic.
I was about to say, if I die, you guys.
Once you guys get out of these really basic kind of fucking simple quests, it gets into some funky shit. Funky shit where you guys have to be much higher level because it'll fuck you up. Which I trust you guys won't get fucked up because you're so good at working together.
Such excellent teamwork.
Well, some of you. You're gonna have to work on actual jack. Not really good.
Help me out. I needed it.
Yeah.
There's that one undead Rugar that was just like not dying. The first one I just hacked in half like it was nothing.
Must because you're just really bad at what you do. I hate to say it.
And if you weren't such a goddamn loser.
You weren't possibly
Why?
worse.
I myself fetting out 2 of them. The
And
rest of the party only had 2 to deal with.
I think it was 2, right? 2 or 3.
There was 5 total.
There was 5 total.
Okay, so
But you were still
the
fighting
rest
2 by
of the
yourself.
party had to deal with 3 of them.
1 apiece for each of us. He's
Well,
willing
you
to see
have,
the giants and said hordes.
We had a horde.
I discovered that
So you guys are walking. You're walking and you come across some stuff.
We're walking and walking.
We funded the giant.
Well, we lost Charlie. Thanks to fucking Twigman's brother.
At least we saved Charlie from being scared alive.
Yeah.
Fair.
Just think of it that way. I mean, you guys.
Oh,
That was my main thing. I just was like, I'm just gonna kill that fox.
I mean, it's a
So you're walking through the woods. I'm not going to draw individual trees. We're just going to say that
Some trees around.
there's some trees around. Not going crazy,
I'm
but
gonna
you
buy
guys.
you a gift.
What?
I saw this thing on the internet where they have like bushes and like other little things, and you like build your map by just setting like things on it instead of having to draw it every time. It's pretty neat.
So like,
Playing stuff like that before.
I mean, I don't
You like
have like the money for that.
They're not
right now.
miniatures. They're just like,
It's just terrain pieces.
yeah, it's
Oh.
literally just like this, but just small little squares
Yeah, I mean,
that
I
you
think
can
it's
set
like-
on top of
If
it.
anyone feels the need to like bring anything,
I'm gonna buy one. I think it's a cool idea.
I ran.
I mean, if it's
They
just
used to sell them like when you would buy a pre-made pack on the adventure pack, you could buy the token kit.
Yeah.
And it would be like just a little flat disc with a picture of all the enemies and whatever.
like sometimes I draw stuff, but I think in a case like this, I don't even draw.
And the guy I played with, he used to have, they call them dungeon
No, but it's neat that
tiles.
it's just the little things that you just set
Yeah,
on
it's
there
just
so you
like
can
tiles
easily
like
move
this.
around and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. If you want to get up for the group to use it,
I might.
I'm not gonna.
I've been considering it.
you ever played,
I'm
Next
not
time
gonna
I see
say,
it.
hey, don't do that, you big jerk face.
so
Next time I see it pop up online, I'll snag it.
totally see everything from Goodmead, just basically kind of railroady, D&D game.
Right.
I mean, D&D
We used to have these, all these fucking figures separated by what they were.
It's the layout of
That's not
every
the case.
big scenario,
Yeah.
or whatever. And then all the little monsters got their own little skins. They're like doing cardboard cutouts.
Yeah, they have shit like that.
That Pathfinder beginner box that I got has its own cardboard stuff.
They've done that before. Another thing that used to be really cool with the adventure pass is they would put out the map kits. Like the book that you bought would have the map in it. So, you know, you need the book to run a campaign.
So you guys are walking through the woods.
Mhm.
You're following the tracks. You hear this snarling, yipping sound up ahead. Not like a fucking fox,
Not what we were just hearing.
but louder, more guttural, beefier sounding. Kind of like wolf.
Ooh.
You guys managed to kind of sneak behind a cusp of trees and kind of peer into this this little alcove. Well, I'd say an alcove. It's not really an alcove. It's more just a small clearing. It's some snow drifts on the side up against like these bushes and stuff like that. And you guys are kind of behind this cusp of trees with the bushes in front of you and the snowbank. And you can see into this clearing. You see what looks like 2 knolls. Are you guys familiar with knolls?
Yes. Yes, some goals right there.
So
that's
that's
a
a knoll. So a knoll is like a feral humanoid. It's kind of like it's like a hyena person.
Okay.
So there's 2 of them, and they are snarling and laughing, like hyenas laugh.
Yeah, pretty.
And they're sitting there poking at some creature that is inside of what looks like an old fallen tree that's like hollowed out, and they're kind of like, you can tell there's someone in there, but they don't.
There's like a person in there?
There's like a person or a creature. You can't really tell.
And they're like tormenting.
They're tormented.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't like that. Let's kill them.
Little assholes.
So
Does my character know what those are? Are these like common things that everybody knows, or what?
yeah, I mean, they're common enough that you're like,
You're like, yeah, I know those. They're kind of asshole monsters.
Oh, I heard of them if you haven't seen
So this is just a large tree stump. So there's something in there. And these actually have null figures, so this is actually what they look like. So they're poking out with their spears and shit.
It's not gonna be enough.
And then
All right, you bastards. Got something for you.
do you now?
I do.
So they don't see you with this thing.
It's full of snow. Snowball.
Snowball. All 5 snowballs all at once on this random encounter.
It's like a snowball.
So yeah, I mean, if I hang on, cast this one.
Yeah, if you want, that's fine.
I'm going to cast my Crown of Madness.
Crown of Madness. Okay. Which one? Okay. What kind of spell does he need to?
He needs to roll a will save, or excuse me, a wisdom save. I believe they don't have will anymore.
A wisdom save, you say? Hey, you put this guy on the inside of the tree. So, wisdom, I'm totally gonna crush this. You guys are basically dead. Oh yeah, that's a great save. Woo! 18.
Pass.
Fucking right it is. And I added all of my bonuses to it. For 0. So you cast this thing. I'm assuming it kind of like hits it, and then it's like shaking its head and it's like all buzzing, and it starts snarling and like looking and sniffing the air and shit.
Yeah. When I cast this spell, I decided to do nonsense poetry. Words that rhyme, but they just don't make sense.
So the other one also notices that his companion got basically something happened to it, and they're both sniffing the air and they're looking around, so they are alert now. They still do not see you guys because of where you're at, but it's just a matter of time before they send you out.
I would like to recklessly fuck one of these javelins that I have,
His next door battle stations. Let's go.
and the one that is not so confused.
Okay.
Well, I guess while I'm raging, Mr.
So you just go, "Ah!" So all surprise is gone.
It just throws out.
And just fucking javelin comes out of bushes like a fucking missile.
Alright.
Hey, it's alright. You ruined it last
Yo!
time. Let him
So that's
Hey guys, so
Crushed it.
no one's in here, I don't think.
Yep, that was all me.
so this is 20.
That's a 20.
That's a 20.
So we're
So
doing
you rolled the 20?
You rolled the least
okay.
enthusiastic critical hit I've ever seen.
it's my first 20 so far. So
Is it your first 20 in
Yeah.
2021?
20.
and the first official roll of the dice my son got me. So I guess that's good luck.
Yeah, that's good luck. So yeah, you it's a what's it called? It's a javelin, right?
It's a javelin.
It's 1d6 plus 3 piercing damage. I just roll 1d6.
Roll all your damage, add it all together, and multiply it by 2.
Did you roll dice twice?
No, I
You multiply.
I multiply everything. I don't multiply the fucking
You
dice.
do multiply.
Yes.
Okay.
Because you guys get to add your bonuses and multiply that
So,
shit too.
3 plus 3, 6 plus 2 is raging, so 8, 16.
Me, dude. So the missile in back does shoot out of fucking and hit this motherfucker and so throws him off. He just is knocked prone. He's not dead, but he got
has a
fucking
javelin
knocked
in his
over. Yeah, roll initiative, y'all. Jesus. So one guy's like, I've got a headache. Other guy's got, I've got a spear in my fucking chest.
18.
18. You want to do initiative, Kevin? You've got a little notebook. You can write it one down. I have scrap pieces of paper if you need that.
I have like an erasable marker.
I have that too. I just don't feel like taking.
I'm 15.
So we got 15, we got 18, I got 6. Your dude is
Where are we gonna live?
4. So we
His name
got
is Horton. Goddamn it, Vern got 11.
Hey, how's it going?
good room.
How close are you guys? A little over an hour. Okay.
Derek and
Yes.
Katniss.
Kiyomi.
Yeah.
Katniss. I'll take it.
Jesus.
What the fuck ever.
God.
Oh wow.
Now we're just waiting on.
I'm just wondering how many people in this generation are going to use Katniss because of that.
Oh, right.
Game stuff.
Gotcha. Wow. All right. Well, at least you only have an hour left. Is she asleep now?
Yeah, some Thundercats. And oh my god, like
I just figured it was 8 o'clock. I figured.
I know of it, but I was not part of the generation that watched.
She introduced them to like the new Thundercats?
No, like the old ones.
Okay.
Like with the weird, like these cats are.
All right.
new.
Well,
Right,
when you get there,
yeah,
okay.
they like,
But they
Yeah,
are close because that's like decent.
They're in Pensacola now.
And then he's like,
Nice. We're almost there.
Yeah.
My son was just like, oh my god, this is the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
Until they got to the bad dude. I can't remember.
Mumra.
I mean, that shit
Talking
was
about Thundercats?
Mumra, yeah,
Yes.
it was. It's very dark. Also, when you consider the whole storyline of the original Thundercats was crazy, right? Like, they're trying to escape their home because it's being destroyed or it's blown up, so that stuff. And then they just, like, crash land in this place. And there just happens to be this evil thing called Mumra who just decides he's going to murder them. Like, that's the whole story.
Yeah. It's a good story.
Like, Lionel's dad's dead, he's got sword, whatever.
I still really would need
Give
to.
me sight, be on sight, and all that bullshit.
Yeah. I really need to watch He-Man because I love Skeletor.
Yeah, He-Man. Yeah.
What was the
Dude, when they did the those car commercials with the Skeletor figurine, I forget who did that.
Oh, I haven't seen those.
They were fucking hilarious.
the best one?
Oh, do you do, He-Man? They would like wrestle on the ground, like really weird and homoerotically.
God. I quit.
Grocery store, like the European grocery store did this group where they had like He-Man and Skeletor, and they're like these souped up bodybuilders who are then wearing bodysuits on top of them, and they're just like dancing down the road. It's freaking hilarious.
I can't think of He-Man without thinking of that song. They did that spoof video or whatever was going on with the He-Man cartoon.
I don't know.
I would sing it, but it's an impossible view.
Fair.
Skeletor dance. It's the Money Supermarket commercials.
I watched the
Good point.
episode on He-Man and the Master.
Whoever said that.
What?
Surrounded by grassy knolls.
Yep.
Very clever.
Oh, it's sniped.
Grassy knolls. Very, very good. Very good. All right, yeah. So you got Javelin and chest. He's down on the ground. Other one's all fucked up. Initiative. What'd you guys get on initiative? Knolls are fucking gonna crush you guys, like always, because I always win with 7. I'm sorry. Can you make that an 8? Because I have a dexterity bonus.
No difference.
It makes all the difference to the Knolls.
Potentially.
Still second last.
Yeah, you say that now until you're all dead, and then they're like second to first.
Oh,
Violence. I cannot.
Is Jeff also participating?
Oh, wait. I guess he's not with us. I don't have his character sheet.
We don't have a character sheet for actual Jeff?
No.
Oh,
So-
No, because it's in his room where he's dead.
take him off the board. He's not with you guys.
He's not even here.
He's back in Goodmead getting fucking sloshed.
Yep. Yep.
Yep, right there. Did you draw the map? You're so nerd.
Oh my
I'm
god.
just surprised you didn't use crayon.
Damn.
You were all out of it because you ate them.
Why would I always careful with your food? See, Lord, whose turn is it?
Next time, I steal myself
I don't know.
crayons. I'm bringing them to you. Kiyomi, you're up first.
All right.
All right. We get you the first
Splash,
floor to kill
splash, I
him.
was taking a bath. How does my... I mean, yes.
She's like,
Your
yeah,
assumption was
correct.
totally correct. Okay.
If they weren't like dog monsters, your character might be attracted to them.
Like hyena monsters.
Interspecies relations.
There's a lot of that going on in my world.
All right. So,
Only that makes it good. Only in the good worlds.
okay. So, yeah.
Totally there. Using your action, you're gonna do your full attack and use your bonus action.
Dude, you gotta be kidding me.
Listen, this is
It
the
was-
first time
it
these
was-
dice have ever been rolled.
Dude, it was like this. It was like this. And then it goes, it was literally about to be a 13 and then just over to the 1. You gotta be fucking kidding me.
Yeah, man.
Fumble.
We gotta get
Yeah.
some different dice.
No, no.
I
she's
forgot my
she's-
dice.
She's working the kinks out on these.
See, there we go. At least my first hit didn't land, but my
But the
second
bonus
did.
action is that.
Yeah. And my short swords get a 1d6.
Wait till you get upgraded short swords to something cooler. Like war picks.
I'd be so scared. Anyone
Five.
probably would have picked a scare until you
5 points.
5 damage to, yeah, alright. So you can push her right in front of you. Alright, cool. Alright, who's up after Ryan's character?
Horton is gonna.
Horton! Hey!
Jesus.
I didn't forget!
Horton is gonna activate his magical, mystical earth powers. Turn into a wolf.
That's an assumption right there. I'm glad I can read it this time.
Read what?
I'm glad I can,
Oh.
glad I can read it now.
I mean, I can also turn it a little if you want to be on camera, you know? Now you can say hello.
Yeah, I missed. Yeah, Horton fucking sucks.
Horton does suck. He got what? Did he get a 1?
No.
Like some other shitty rollers?
It's not my dice. Your fault.
They're kind of yours now.
Damn it.
Bruin.
It was Vroom. And he
That was
missed.
Horton.
Yeah, Horton is the same person.
My bad.
Yeah.
You said Horton and then you said Bruin. So which one?
The
got
same.
So
17?
Nelson got the 15.
Ah, okay.
Did you just mix those up?
I did.
Yeah, because you didn't say Horton, so it's kind of your fault.
Vroon is Horton. Nelson got.
So guess who's going on Vroom's
So
turn?
I will now be going on Vroon's turn.
Her character, his name is.
Nelson. So Nelson is going to be going at the lower. He's
At
going to
the
be going.
11.
He's going to
Yeah.
be going at the 11. No, still write it down. Just swap them first. You had it right. He messed up, so it's his fault.
This is Nelson.
Is he trying to like formulate an escape? He's like,
First fault's a she, so
Yeah.
stop being so
She.
sexist.
what does she do?
She's playing.
Don't do that. Freak me out.
Do you want to go
She
better?
does this like almost every time.
You don't want to go better?
Nelson had the 11.
She's so soft.
I bet.
She's
Nelson
super
had the
cute.
11.
Nelson had the 11.
Okay. Now we're on track.
Technically, Vroon had it,
So Nelson, it is now your turn.
Go ahead, Nelson. Fix everything.
but. Alright. I am going to cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter on the one that's got a javelin stuck in his body.
Well, he has more than partial cover now. He has 3/4 cover right now. Okay. 3/4 cover provides him with a +5 bonus to AC and dexterity saving throws against attacks. And effects that originate from the opposite side of the cover. So yeah. You ever see those trees that have like the gnarly roots that kind of fucking? That's why he's got all that cover.
So I'm shooting him. I tell a very bad joke.
Okay, go ahead.
And I shoot him.
No, go ahead.
How many jokes?
You have a fucking smartphone.
Why did the chicken cross the road?
That's not, you're gonna have to do better.
I know it's a bad joke intention.
No, why don't you say, what do you call a wet puppy?
But what's blue and smells like red paint?
What?
Blue paint.
Yeah, you laugh. You laugh.
All right. That's good. That's accepted. I like it. Say it one more time.
What's red? It smells like blue paint. Red paint. Yeah. Where's he live? Got a bunch of them. What's brown and sticky? Stick.
Very good. Very good.
Stick. I cast the line.
What's a guy in the French Quarter that I call Sticky? His name's Steve. The reason I call him Sticky because he carries around a stick.
Oh, nice.
And he's actually tacky to the touch. So I call him Sticky. Known that man for almost 4 years now.
It really does if you're blind.
Now he's like alcohol blind.
Probably.
We got to roll a wisdom saving.
Oh, that's not gonna be a problem. I'm gonna get another 18 here. I didn't get an 18. But I did get a 9.
Oh, well, he falls prone.
Because of your bad joke?
Because of my bad joke, he's laughing hysterically at my bad joke.
God. It's more like
Just like that.
I mean, I'm sure we could look up like not hyenas laughing.
So he's incapacitated. I don't know what makes that.
Incapacitated. That provides an incapacitated creature can't take actions or reactions.
So he can't do anything. He just has to lay there.
How long does he do that for?
For the duration, which is a minute.
Holy shit.
Or
He doesn't
until
get
he takes damage.
10 rounds?
Oh.
Until he gets hurt.
So
And then when he takes damage, he just rolls another saving throw. He fails the saving throw.
You fucking whore. Fucking whore. I'm gonna so fuck your day up when I eventually get you guys to fight something cool. Then your day will get fucked. But until then.
So that's my turn. Whoever's next.
No.
Shit. Yeah, well, shit's about to go down because their leader's about to join them. He's gonna come out of the woods.
Oh, great.
He comes out of the woods here. Goes right at you.
I got one more spell. I'll try it.
He's large. He's large. Like he's just all fucking jacked up, bigger than the other ones. Looks like he might be mixed with something. But he's not what you guys were tracking.
Like Simone or something.
No, like he might be like half like ogre or some sort of other creature.
Tasty.
He's got multi-attack. So I mean,
Oh, you have like resistance to every attack.
Yeah, I got resistance.
yeah. All of his attacks are psychic, by the way.
He's just screaming at him.
Phenomenal.
Does a 16 hit you?
Yes.
All right, both hits. Both are hits. So, and it's 2 attacks. So glaive. Glaive and glaive. Oh, that does decent damage. That's pretty good. Too bad we're resistant to it.
Now, this isn't the thing that we're looking for.
No, it's because he's got these like clawed footprints and stuff like that. You would have told the difference. So the other one was like a humanoid, and this one is like these clawed feet. Yeah. So he. That's kind of cool. So he does so each attack, one attack does 8, and the other one does 10.
So you take like 9 total.
Yep.
So he goes, so he has this big glaive, and he just goes, jam, jam, and then he like looks back and snarls at you and flicks a knife at you. Like he's got all these knives on him, like right as it, like so he jab, and he throws this knife.
Athletics check.
If you can call it a knife, because it's about the size of a short sword.
I don't know if you should try to catch that with your teeth because it might just go in your mouth.
So that's going to be a 17 to hit you.
That's going to be a big old Hitaruski.
Oh man.
5 points of piercing damage. And yeah, it like sinks like into your side, just kind of like cutting you open, and then it kind of hits the ground, but it's like stuck into the stone, just, and you can see, you're like, yeah, he fucking threw a short sword at you.
Wow.
If I did this,
He's like stretching, and his like little tail is like moving around. What's up, you? Hey. What's up? You wanna go outside? You wanna go outside? Alright, come on.
Second round, recklessly attack is
most of my spells are debilitating in some way.
he's got multi-attack, so I don't know if I should expose myself. I'm just gonna do single attack. So what happens.
Reroll. That's a reroll.
Cocked, yeah.
Still not bad.
Yo!
If that was a snowball, it would have been a crit.
So 19 plus 5, 24.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Which your attack is bigger, right?
Yep.
She like a great axe.
So I get my great axe, slash this dude's face. 2.
It's more like you
7 damage.
Yes. He slashes. You're like, I'm gonna slash your face. So get this out of your arm.
Cheek.
How much damage?
7.
7. All right.
So even as a barbarian, I could like whip on the damage roll, and I'm still doing more damage than any character I've ever played.
It's great. It just they'll outpace you at one point.
I'm going to
Like they'll bounce because I know like barbarians are fucking sick, and then after a while there's going to be classes that are going to outpace you. This is the way the system works.
Yeah, I do the first 5.
But you're
6 levels
so
are
fucking
very
durable,
terrifying.
man.
Yeah,
Like she's going to be terrifying later on, but she's got action surge, fucking attacks kind of her ass. She's she's a fucking whirlwind of just death. We just gotta, not have short swords.
Kill me.
I want to silently let everybody know that if you can leave that guy alone if you want, he's gonna lay there for a while. It's all very funny.
Let him laugh.
Into your mind.
Well, did fucking all that was all fucked up over there? Didn't he do anything?
He rolled up on his side and got up and pulled the javelin out and took an additional d6 points of damage.
Everybody knows you're supposed to leave it in.
Yeah, but he's fucking.
He's
He's intelligence of 6. He's basically a marine.
They're barely able to be affected by
15?
elemental spells.
15, that hits. That's not even profit.
I thought she said 50 at first.
50 would have been very impressive.
We're not gonna beat up Taras with 50.
4 points of damage.
He's dead. He only had a couple left because he fucking took the javelin out. He took 3 points, and then you just did 4. He's dead. He's like, and then you come around the corner and go hack and claw.
So Well, then it's worthless. Never mind.
What's worth?
If I use the fighting spirit right now, it would be worthless. I would have to use that at the beginning of a turn.
Yeah.
Because it gives me an advantage on all weapon attack rolls until the end of that current turn. Well,
Yeah, you killed him.
yeah, so it's...
Yeah, so like if you're rolling up on somebody, you can just be like, I'm going to do fighting spirit now before you make any attacks. Then you get advantage on all those attacks.
I thought I might have had to hit him twice, so that's why I didn't use it.
Okay.
I didn't know what his death was.
Is it a bonus action to activate it?
Yeah, it's a bonus
So
action.
it takes up your bonus action because you also move. So you wouldn't get a second attack.
He's gonna come back to help you.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
you ran up, so you used a move action to move up to him.
And then one to
Use
hit.
an action to attack him.
They don't have flanking.
So now I have my bonus
In order to
action.
get your bonus action to make that second attack, you can either make the second attack or you can do the
Do
fighting
they have
spirit.
flanking?
Right. And that's why
Yeah.
I didn't use it, because I knew I had to move and hit once, so to hit again, if I would have used
So the
my
benefit
bonus
would have
action.
been you do it, then move, then attack, and that one attack you get advantage on that one attack.
Right.
So eventually, if you wanted to, you could always do. You could have that offhand weapon as a light weapon, like the short sword, and then make your main hand or whatever left or righty, make that main hand like a long sword or something that does more significant damage. You can be like whack and then stab with the little sword.
There's a 19.
Consideration for the future. 19. Yeah, barely.
Yeah.
I mean, it's almost like you didn't hit, but I'm just allowing it because he tripped up a little bit.
So he's 8 damage,
Okay.
and he has to make it a strength saving throw.
Not gonna be a problem. He's got a strength of 45.
I'm sure it's very high.
I rolled a total of 9.
Bro.
You're just knocking everyone on their ass.
So the wolf bit him, and he fell over.
It's going to come back for you. I know you might be attacking with Horton right
That
now,
wasn't easy.
but I'm still blaming you.
It is Nelson's turn. Nelson's got one more spell.
So if he is prone, creature, so a prone creature only moves option are crawl unless it stands up and thereby ends the condition.
Right.
The creature has disadvantage on attack rolls, and an attack roll against the creature has advantage if the attacker is within 5 feet of the creature. Otherwise, the attack has disadvantage.
We don't have tax opportunity in this game.
No.
Oh, no, I'm thinking about Pathfinder Second Edition.
Yeah, they do have tax option.
Pathfinder Second Edition, you had to have the attack opportunity feature to take the tax opportunity. I would.
So if you shoot him with a spell, with like an Eldritch Blast or something like that, you're going to have a disadvantage on attack.
I am casting a spell on him, but it's not one that requires a roll. He has to roll this.
You lame with all your spells.
I'm casting Dissonant Whispers.
Yeah, well, I got a 17.
Cool. So he succeeds, but he still takes damage. So he still takes 12 damage.
Okay. He has much nicer armor than you guys have. It's like so nice. I feel bad for you guys.
Oh wait, this
Psychic
one's dead, right?
Yeah, he's dead.
He's dead. We'll move him out of the
So
way.
yeah, 12 brain damage right to his dome.
Oh well, I still had an action. I guess I could use that action to move back over to him.
I was thinking that we probably roll off that
It would,
because that guy's gonna
I
be
don't think I
mobile.
can. I don't think I
or
can
like,
move that far in one turn.
You could like charge up.
I don't know. Well, I guess if I would have used, so if I used my last action to move like halfway on my last turn, then I'd be able to go that way.
Well, if they don't have, you can't take charge actions in this game.
I don't know.
You can dash.
Yeah, which is like double your mover.
Increase equals your speed and upper planning modifier.
Yeah, you can put up to
30
60.
feet, for example, you can move up to 60 feet. Sure. And dash.
So you can get there.
Okay.
So you can help. That's basically aid. So you can do damage to them.
But they don't have flanking bonus anymore.
No. Ready.
Yeah.
It's an old turn.
Yeah. Well, laughing guy's gonna laugh. Not laughing guy's gonna stand up from prone.
The wolf gets advantage on all attacks if there's somebody else attacking the same creature.
Oh, well, that didn't help. Damn it, son.
17 hit?
Yeah. You're not prone again. I'm gonna fucking rip your furry throat out.
Like, I just worked here. So it's 7 damage against roll straight.
14.
Nice. It's really easy. It's 11.
Does he get his attack now?
So don't roll a 6, basically.
Right. Don't do whatever you did last time. You just bullshit.
He's pretty fucked up. Thankfully, he's got 3 attacks, so he's going to do all on fucking horse. Well, that is pretty fucking disappointing. Does a 16 hit? Oh, well then that's not disappointing. That means all 3 hit.
He in his wolf form, he only has a 13.
Well, he's not going to have any hit points left. He's going to turn back into a naked fucking
Yes.
a naked elephant monster. So the bite, well, actually, he hits with the glaive twice and then he bites. He comes down and bites him. So you bite me, I'll bite you.
Bitch, I bite back.
He does 7 on the first glaive attack. He does 6 on the second glaive attack. And he does.
So the second glaive attack,
So
puts
it's
Horton back in Horton mode.
Yeah. And then the bite does 9.
That brings it down to.
And he snarls at Horton.
How many times have I taken that?
Do any of you speak Knoll?
No.
Oh, why?
Then no one knows what nasty shit he just
I
called
speak
Horton.
every language.
Oh, that's right. Fuck you. Yeah, he basically called him some sort of like mother, like almost like a motherfucker, but like a motherfucker of a previously raped mother.
It's a very specific Knoll curse.
Yeah, it's like a Knoll curse.
Yeah.
It's like this mother has already been raped, and you are now the fucker of that. She has been shamed. She's been shamed by the clan, and now you are the one fucking that. That's how terrible. Yeah, but it's a very specific Knoll curse.
What did he say? He said he likes your hat.
What a nice hat you have. Could you imagine? This one particular race says things like that in their language, but they're really nasty in their own.
Right.
What did you say? Did you say he has a nice hat? Like they totally misunderstand everyone else talking out.
No, I said he has a nice rack.
Nice rack? That only applies to a couple people here.
Just want to do a
A couple.
Gonna leave that open.
Booba.
I'm gonna leave that open for interpretation.
recklessly attack this dude.
Any change from how you normally do stuff?
That's
I rolled
awful.
2 6s.
That's so bad. I recklessly attacked.
11?
No.
No.
Hey, what about that other 11 you got?
Does that also not work? Well, that was food.
You did do.
It is now Kiyomi's turn.
So what does the dash thing do?
You
What?
move twice your speed.
Can't people move pretty quick?
Dude, my fucking hyena monsters are fucking you guys
No, I
up. You
only
just don't
move
know it
normal.
yet.
Right. That guy in particular is definitely.
He thinks it's very funny.
Nah. I got an 8.
That's,
Do I still get my bonus action, or was that my bonus action?
When you moved,
Dashed.
was the dash was the bonus?
Is it a bonus? I don't know. I don't know how dash works. I've never used it before.
I'm still learning too. It's been a long time since I played.
you can make 2 actions in combat.
No, 1.
1 action. Okay, well that was dash is a combat action.
Oh, dash is an action.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
her attack would have been, I guess, her bonus.
yeah, it would have been a bonus. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well,
yeah,
then I'm fucked.
Who's up now?
not as fucked as he is.
Horton.
Horton's
gonna do it again. Twice.
What? He's gonna turn back into a wolf?
He gives him 3 hit points. I just don't see any reason not to.
Is it a bonus action for him? I don't think it's a bonus action for him to turn into a wolf.
That's what he told me.
Yeah, it's a bonus action.
Well, I don't know how this game works.
You just immediately
Listen, at one point you're gonna learn it, and then you're gonna be like, I fucking rule at this.
Yeah, totally.
But until that time, you're just gonna have.
I'm really good at Pathfinder.
Yeah, you're alright.
You wouldn't know.
So weird.
I haven't played Pathfinder in like a year. It feels like.
Pathfinder like last month.
No. It's been a long
It's
time.
been a while.
It's been at least 2 months since I played with you.
Yeah.
It's been like 4 months since we played with them. I'm playing this. Maybe not that long, but it's been a while.
Yeah, it takes an action to turn into a beast. It takes and there's a bonus action to revert back to normal.
To revert back to normal form.
Yeah.
So he's a wolf now.
So yeah, he
So
does.
he's a wolf, but he doesn't get to bite. So is he wolf now?
He's a wolf now.
But he's not just not biting.
I guess he's not.
Not on this turn.
That's right. You guys have got like 4 more turns in order to bring this beast down. He's got so many hit points, it's ridiculous. So I keep on giving him to him because otherwise he'd be dead. Let's see if Nelson.
No, see, yeah, that's what I thought. So he's a circle of the moon druid. So it is a bonus action for him to wild shape.
You're a whore.
And while transformed, he can use a bonus action to regain 8 hit points per level of spell slot that he sacrifices.
What the
That's cool.
fuck was he doing that for? He's the worst druid ever. Mostly because other people play.
I don't think he even knows how to play himself.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't know anything. All he does is take out his.
So we gotta roll
All he
twice.
does is take out his
Like-
phone and look at dresses.
I'm gonna be a- Fuck you. I'm shopping.
Critical bite. I don't know what critical bite. I guess he bit him on the dick.
Yes. Yeah, you could totally say that.
Bite crit.
I think it's like a knee bite.
14
Not a
damage.
bite. 14 damage.
It's a critical bite. That's what I say. Bit him on the dick.
Well, now he's dead. But I was gonna give him more bonus hit points. But I can't justify giving it because at that point he's just gonna become. He's gonna go from Challenger 82.
Okay, so he's
Challenger
dead.
86.
He's still alive.
He's just laughing a storm out.
Yeah,
He thinks it's the fucking hilarious joke. He's like,
The
this
best
joke about the paint is so fucking funny. I love funny jokes. And your joke was the funniest fucking joke ever.
That's the rules. I stuff.
Whose turn is it? Nelson's?
Yeah.
Are you gonna go check in the tree and let the little person out?
Right, yeah, I'm gonna dash over to the tree, peer inside the trunk.
You're not gonna deal with laughing hyena at all.
If I attack him, he might wake up trying to kill me.
You mean he might try and wake up and then you guys fucking slaughter him?
Basically,
I'll leave that
let
to
the little
slaughter.
person
You
out
guys should
and
all
we'll
stand
kill him.
over him and swing your weapons at the same time and see if you can just coup de grace him and just fucking kill him.
That sounds like a great idea.
I like this one.
Does that count as evil? It seems kind of fucked up.
It sounds like evil.
It does sound a little.
You told us we can't be evil, so.
You can't start out as evil, but it seems like you. So if you're still going that way, I know what happened.
I just need to pick an evil deity to follow.
So Tempest is great. It's neutral. It's that chaotic neutral battle. It's perfect.
So you checked on the thing.
Well,
Yeah, it's a hole. It's basically you look in and whatever was in there is gone. It had burrowed down into like it's like this is some
So
sort of
there's
home.
even in there anymore.
Oh, okay, it like lives in there.
Yeah.
Well, we also remove some evil creatures from the countryside. Gnolls are.
You're not going to be able to get this person to come out and talk to you guys, but you did count. It does count as rescuing them. So.
Well, might as well kill the last one.
Gnolls are notorious raiders, so you know.
Do you have another action or not?
No, I don't have that.
You don't need to take action. Y'all can just walk over there and fucking kill him.
He's incapacitated. I have a dagger. I have a spear. On me.
16. Hopefully that hits.
Oh no! All hits
He's
against
lying
all hits against them. All attacks against them automatically hit and count as crits.
Oh.
So does that mean what? I get double die?
You get double. You take all your damage and your bonuses, put them together, and multiply it by 2. So you get that 5.
14.
Yeah. Okay. And then does anybody else do
12.
Well, I'm sorry, like 2 points of damage?
32.
Okay. So she's like,
He did.
yeah, look how stabbed he is. And then you come over like, that's not stabbed enough. And you cut off his legs. His legs completely come off and all this blood comes pouring out because you took off more than his legs.
Nice.
His swinging dick is now over there.
Yeah, it counts. Anybody hurt?
Yeah, fucking Knowles.
Somebody took damage.
I took damage.
I didn't. I'm good.
So I'm like 23.
So the room's gonna give you a little cue.
I would appreciate that.
I should cue.
He's lucky he can turn into fucking shit because you gotta hit him on his back.
It's actually very good. I don't know how Jeff hasn't been
Better at
very good. It's a very good class.
mostly because he hasn't been here, and when he is here, he's not actually here.
You healed more than 9, so recognize.
Thank you.
Perception-wise, do I notice if they have anything on their bodies that is worth?
Sexy time? No.
Yes.
Money? Well, the
Cash.
leader's glaive is really nice. Yeah, that would be worth some
Is
money.
what?
Glaive, it's like a really fancy spear.
This is a long 2-handed spears.
Yeah.
Okay.
Might be able to.
Anything special about it?
No, nothing in particular. It's just really well made and well maintained.
Okay.
He also has a well maintained chain shirt as well, but it's again for his size. So it's large. None of you can wear it, but it's a chain shirt.
Nobody can. He can't fit it.
It's not gonna. It's not gonna fit him too well. He would take a penalty if he wore it.
Okay.
It's like a chain robe.
But we could
Like
get it
a knight?
remade.
You could get it if you guys
want.
wanted to take it. You could get it remade into two sets of chain shirt.
Cool.
So
We'll
something
take
to
it.
consider.
Extra large. Take that. And anything else?
It's a chain sleeve.
No, for the most part, they just have odds and bits and beads on them and random things and pieces of bone and shit. They're
Okay.
pretty.
They're feral creatures.
So since the creature ran down into its hidey hole, I assume there's nothing special to notice about its hidey hole.
Well, Tiny Hole looks like it has a hinge and like it used to have a door that now is completely smashed.
So what was
It's some sort of humanoid. I'm not going to give it away because it is personality.
It might come back.
It might come back.
We don't know what it was.
Don't know, and also because your DM is not
I'm just
super
gonna-
prepared.
Look,
As
Welcome.
normal.
Thank you.
You got them woodworking tools, so you could repair his door.
Go fight
He's
it.
like, I got a new door for you. It's made out of a dead gnome. Hack through that shit, asshole.
You're welcome.
Good job, y'all. You did so good there. Just think, when you guys get out of the first chapter, you actually get experience points.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys traveling through the woods, lots of traveling parts. Eventually, you come across things, and those things will be described in this little text that I shall read to you. The trail culminates at a rocky hillside with pines growing around its base. Set into the hill are three caves. A frozen creek emerges from the west cave, which has a low hanging mouth. The center cave, an 8-foot-high passage hewn from the rock, is moderately blocked by a tight stand of conifers and 2 massive fallen logs. The northeast cave has a big yawning mouth, and flickers of light emanate from within. The tracks of your quarry head through this entrance. Dun dun dun!
And the middle cave is basically blocked off by a bunch of trees.
Yeah, I mean, you could get through it. You guys could squeeze through it for sure if you wanted to. If you were into that kind of stuff, you're into squeezing. Does anybody need to take a break?
We should take a short.
Cool.
I don't like my smells back.
You get nothing back. Unless you get stuff, I'm sure. Then you can get it.
Since I used my repertoire.
Don't you forget about me.
That's really nice. Good job.
What was that?
It's kind of dumb. That's all right. This is extra dumb.
Did you paint yours?
This was from the Kickstarter for color miniatures from Hero Forge.
Oh, okay.
That's actually my buddy Sean's character from before.
Okay. It looks
The quality of like the color plastic.
Have you been
actually
to
came out
Plus
better than I
One?
thought.
Gaming and Metairie?
I rarely go to these things, but
That's-
I have been plus one.
Well, I don't know a lot about miniatures, but the ones they have look nice to me.
That's one that I'm painting.
Dope. That's badass.
They got a big collection of like Reaper minis over there.
Fuck if I know.
I've seen they have like the Bones collection.
Well, why don't you know?
I don't actually
Trying to
buy
promote
anything
them.
when I'm there. I just walk in the store and look around.
Yeah, let's be clear. You walk in the store and then people look at you.
Probably. I mostly look at I've looked at what is it? The
Can't even say it. The
I know sorcerer elf mini.
Something else.
Neat.
So freaking it's such a typical game store experience. Just when so many times I walk in there, been in there for an hour, and literally no one has said a single word to me.
yeah, because we're basically doing it.
Oh, they don't talk to me.
I go in
Such a
there-
typical game store experience.
I go in there and be like, "Hey, I'm looking for a gaming group. Anybody do that?" "Oh, we have some groups." I'm like, "Can I put up an advertisement?"
You know what they did to me? They said, "Oh yeah, we have a bulletin board over there," and just pointed at the wall. I was like, "Oh, thanks."
Yeah, super nice, super professional.
There's something
I always wanted to open
different.
one with like actual, you know.
Ooh, yeah, that one in the front is like super detailed.
Yeah.
That's rad.
That was like just
Was-
me trying to show off like the progress from like just the base paint there, and then kind of up to the finished product.
Those were
Looks good.
those were the minis that Jack used for his Starfire.
What, the Warhammer?
Warhammer mini.
Oh, yeah.
Everything was Warhammer.
Kind of cobble together.
Everything was Warhammer.
Yes.
Didn't matter what we were playing. It was like some sort of Warhammer dungeon. I'm like, oh, great, more Warhammer stuff.
I don't know.
And again, I just draw on a fucking piece of map. I
I
can't
enjoyed
say
it.
much.
I thought it was pretty cool the way he
His,
had all his little buildings
His-
and built the
yeah,
whole
no,
little
his
scene.
eyes
Like,
buildings that he had were actually really cool.
yeah, it was really neat. I did enjoy that. I enjoyed
Except for
that.
that cabin.
There's my balance.
Cabin.
Yeah, he built a cabin out of it.
Yeah.
But the cabin was just because he used those miniature, those walls and stuff, the cabin ended up being gigantic because he couldn't make it small.
Make it small.
So it was so big, and we're like trying to like sneak around. That's the one where Addison,
I wasn't there for that.
I know, but you were there, but where Addison basically
Ruined it.
fucking murdered everyone by being retarded. And then refused to play with us ever again because I was so mean. Because I can't help myself. I'm like, dude, I was a player at that point. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? He's like, oh, I'm just gonna go in there and then talk to them. I'm like, dude, what? We're sneaking around. He's like, well, I rolled a 1 on my sneak. I'm like, so roll again.
Yeah, he's always the bad choice guy. That's just a Starfighter a lot. Like he'd be trying to be stealthy, and he'd be like, I'm just gonna rip the door off. And we'd be like, oh,
Great, thank you.
cool. I guess we're fighting now. He literally lost a whole character because he wanted to keep a ship that we had recovered. It was an enemy combatants vessel. So the government, so I can't even remember what it's called. Hassel stations
Mhm.
government saw us in this enemy combatant ship, and they were like, okay, well, we need to confiscate that or whatever, because we're in the middle of a war. And he was like, no, and literally almost got in a fight with just like 6 gunships. So we were like,
What
you're
the
by
fuck?
yourself. Like, I'm not helping you. So his character had to leave. He pulled off at the ship and made it.
That's amazing.
Good job.
Good job.
All right, y'all.
Oh,
So
these are cute.
here you go.
I think
Let me
should.
see. Let me see.
They say baby girl and then they're baby pink. They're cute. I need them. They're only 3 doll
The
hairs.
Giants.
I pushed the wrong
You
one.
say 3 doll hairs.
I did say doll hairs. 3
3
dollops.
3 dollops of Daisy.
Did you ever watch Chowder? It's a cartoon on.
Chowder's fantastic.
Yeah, Chowder's great. So
I love my boyfriend.
want a cookie, Chowder? Would I? Their money in Chowder is called dollops.
And everyone has like a food.
Oh,
Yeah, everybody has. And so
It's basically like a weird
his
cartoon
pet.
cookie show.
his pet is named Kimchi. It's basically like a fart
A
cloud
fart
that follows him around.
it's a what cloud?
It's
like a
it's
fart
a steam
cloud.
It's like a fart cloud.
It's a
And
steam
it's his
cloud.
pet. His name is Kimchi.
I should name Dragon Ball.
What's Rada Rada's name?
Oh god, Schnitzel.
Yeah.
And
And he
Schnitzel
just goes
only
Rada
says
Rada Rada Rada.
Except in the one episode where Balon's wife was like really attractive and like she was so pretty it gave him the ability to like speak English.
I like that show.
Rah, rah. Can you imagine a voice actor had to go into a booth for every episode?
And just go,
Just
rah, rah,
record
rah.
that noise over and over again.
All right, y'all. 3 cave entrances. 1 with the river.
We're going to the
Well, I
northeast
say
cave with the light where
And
the
then you
tracks
have
go.
tracks
Footprints
go-
over here.
Footprints are going that way. Yeah.
I think it might be smart, assuming that these caves are interconnected somehow. Maybe we go in through the one that it can't go through. We might be able to kind of sneak up on it as opposed to just like walking through its front door.
I mean, that's a solid point.
Not a bad idea. Isn't it?
Not the worst heard. The worst
Alright.
I've heard tonight. And you guys have had lots.
Nelson's the
That's
idea
fine,
guy.
Nelson. Let him lead the way.
Barbarian
Nelson,
first.
you lead the way.
And you go behind him, Nelson, and I'll go behind you, and Horton can go behind me.
All right.
Now I get to draw the rest of this craziness.
All right, you can't see the dark enough.
No, don't worry. It's not super dark in these caves. So.
Oh, they have so many cute socks.
There's a lot of like, there's like niches like where there's like torches and like random fire pits.
Really? I need all of these. I'm buying a bunch of fucking socks. Fuck it.
A bunch of socks.
I'm gonna get the baby pink ones. These are cute too.
They're dumb.
Yeah, see, they're cute.
They're
Oh, cute. Come on.
I like these ones that have the sticky profiles on the bottom, but it spells out if you can see this framing line.
Dope. I need those. That's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Because I will literally just put my feet in people's fucking faces.
Yeah. And then unfortunately,
So this really, really weird room comes up.
So it's kind of like lost on the
one of those things.
Yeah. And it's like, well, I can bring you grape juice.
Just not a big drink. Although there's a fair amount of like liquor at my house because guests will leave it because they can't take it on planes.
This 8-foot high, 5-foot wide passage has a dozen burial niches carved into the wall. So those little niches right there, they're like double stacked, and there's a dozen of these burial niches.
Oh, so catacomb. Got it.
Catacomb.
Well, we had somebody who check for traps.
Anything cool on the dead bodies?
It looks like they're ancient. It's some sort of ancient human tribe.
Wow, I can't smell.
You definitely can smell.
But can you smell?
These are like basically the bones of some sort of like. There's probably these look like warriors. Probably there's just like bits and pieces that make you think that. You can make a history check if you want. If you're trained in history.
Nelson is trained in history. 21.
You're not the only one trained in history.
You're not, but you can't say that I'll roll any better. Me? Wait, where's my dice? Oh, nat 20.
Just roll better.
So that puts me at a 24.
Yeah, you're like, I think these are maybe warriors, and you're like, these are definitely warriors. The way that they're buried, they're probably buried here to protect a chieftain that's buried in the tomb that's here, is what she says.
I'm just writing these down.
And you're like, that's really interesting. And then she says, if you'll note, at the bottom, you should find animal bones, which are probably wolves or some sort of domesticated animals that the warriors use.
Just take it up.
Like, she just rattles off all this information. He's like, wow, really? I just thought they were humans with sticks. And you're like, history. And Horton's like, ooh.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna roll my eyes real hard. I'm like, gosh, she's cats.
She's cats. Stop cat-splaining things to me.
All right. All right. All right.
All right, so Jesus.
So I suppose I'm gonna go down until something happens.
You don't have any trap detection anymore.
I'm the trap.
Excuse me, gents. Yeah, so this kind of opens up into another area. Curve to it. This way. And this way. Natural break. Unnatural break, rather. It's all kind of like broken up. And it would look really pretty if I had time to draw it, but I didn't. So you guys just get this weird looking cave thing.
Cave. The Cave of Wonders.
There's like a old door
They
over
have
here.
some fucking ET socks on here. I'm like not about it. It's real weird looking. It's
All right, so before
ET
you
is
start
weird, dude.
cramming all in there,
I always forget how long his neck was.
I can't do it.
I don't like those pattern socks because one time my wife got me a pair. They were like, "Oh, those are really cool Star Wars socks." And I put them on and it stretched out the pattern, so they're basically just
So there's like this natural cave, which is those two open areas right there. They kind of intersect into this kind of like this rounded room is like partially excavated, and it's like more cut, while these like passages off to the right or left are just like a natural kind of like there was a collapse or whatever, or they didn't finish their excavation. In here, this looks like this was going to be an additional burial chamber of some sort. This room is lit by torches that are surrounding the circular room. And you see across from you guys, sitting on like kind of some broken stone, is a large humanoid, a very large humanoid that is sharpening a stone knife.
Sweet Jesus.
A very large.
This is the giant one.
Yeah, it looks kind of giantish. You get a sense, you know, and I'm not gonna say it's giant, but yeah, it's kind of giantish.
Cool, real cool, real cool.
So I'm gonna describe this little guy to you. It's just a little guy.
Yep.
God damn it.
Yep.
large.
Well, you never fucking.
Well, now that you mention it, I'm just
Oh,
gonna give him
God.
that ability.
I quit.
And
Don't assume anything.
all right, if you guys have history, you can make a history check.
Please give me another nat 20.
I got rolled in that time 25.
Good, because we're not going to talk about what I rolled. I don't know anything about this guy.
You guys got it.
25.
25 will do it. Yeah. So you can tell that it is definitely a giant. It's a Verbeeg giant.
Very large.
Very large, very strong. So Verbeegs are giants. They resemble oversized humans with gangly limbs and elongated faces.
Oh, it's called a verbic. You weren't saying very big.
No, Verbeeg. Verbeeg.
Understood.
Verbeeg.
Got it.
V-E-R-B-E-E-G.
I thought you were saying it was very big.
No, they are very big. Verbeegs are very big.
Yes. No, we're on the same page.
Some of them have other features that give them a fearsome aspect. Verbeegs craft their own armor and weapons. They prefer thrown spears above other weapons, and Verbeeg usually has several spears for this purpose, which you can see. There's several spears kind of like lining the walls or like in piles on the ground.
Love it.
Yeah. So, like, you guys you can put yourselves more back in that little hallway thing because it doesn't make sense. You could just walk right in and be like, "Hi, we're here to fuck your day up."
See if I can find a good image of a Verbeeg.
There should be several.
Yeah, here we go. This is like a Verbeeg. Just a giant thing. That's it.
They like wear furs and stuff like that, and
Usually not as strong as like, because they're not like true giants, right?
no, they count as giants. They do count as giants.
Are they intelligent?
Well, they have
Yeah.
a type of intelligence.
What do you mean? Yes, they are.
I feel like if you walk, I would walk out and be like, "Hello," it would just
It's not an ogre.
murder me.
It's not an ogre. That's for sure.
But I will.
Typical
Telepathically.
Verbeeg looks like this.
I will telepathically share that information with everyone.
That's a typical.
All the very big information, and I'm just
That's nice. Yeah,
so that it doesn't hear me
they're
talking.
friendly-ish. I mean, they're not actually evil for the most part. Most of them are not. All right.
Yeah, I've been shopping and I had all this stuff in my cart, and then I went to click my cart and it was like, "Oh, you need to sign in."
Yeah.
So I'm afraid my cart
I'm
is going to be empty, and if it is, then I'm not buying anything. Fuck you, Forever 21.
That's kind of my fault. I am the DM, even on your phone.
Right. I am the owner of Forever. There's number 21 I've ever seen.
This is how I get back at players that don't want to pay attention.
Oh, yay, all my stuff is there.
But now I'm being a little gracious.
Thank you, I appreciate it. I really wanted all these socks.
This Burbank is Burbank.
So you hear my weird, creepy, whispery voice in your head. I'll tell you everything about Burbank.
So, go try.
So that's the question. We could try. I could try to talk to it.
You think you can try to talk to him?
I'm not 100% sure language speaks, but I should be able to communicate with it effectively. The question is, do we want to talk to it?
It probably speaks giant.
If this is the creature that we're looking for, it is from 6 people that we are aware of.
Allegedly.
Yeah, that's just allegedly. He
I'm gonna
doesn't.
talk to it. Just gonna, excuse me.
I'm sorry, Addison. What was that?
Am I talking to him or not talking to him? Yeah, well, you do.
No, you do. I'm just fucking.
You do you, boo.
I'm gonna go talk to him.
Give him a fair shot.
You never know. I'm gonna walk out.
He stands up immediately
Just
as soon as you walk in, and is just like gripping the stone knife. It's been.
I'm gonna put my hands out so that it sees that I have it on.
What you do here?
I'm just gonna take a quick glance around. Do I see any sign of like the kegs?
No, not here.
Okay.
I don't believe they're in here.
Hello, Fred.
Yeah, they're not in here.
What
you do here, small man?
we're just looking for some items that have gone missing from the nearby town.
You small man only find death in my home.
Got it.
You die now. He stands up and roll initiative.
You don't want to talk, guys.
You just sent the weakest character to go have a. Should have sent a warrior.
You didn't want to talk.
Thought you could do
not
it.
a book scholar.
You thought you could do it.
I just imagine you have
But you
glasses
failed
when you
us.
talk to people and like, so. Anyways, just put the really thin, like the circular ones that are like.
Why are you talking about me? I literally do that, and those are the glasses that I wear.
Well, you have to fix your glasses, okay? Nelson
And this
doesn't
is
wear
the
glasses,
easiest way.
but he is a nerd.
Damn, I feel
So,
so
excuse
attacked.
me.
What did I on your roll?
18.
Have any of you guys seen the show Peaky Blinders?
I haven't watched it yet.
I've seen clips.
There's a character who's like he's like the perfect nerd, and he's got like the glasses and his hair is all slicked over to one side. It's very alfalfa look, but
Oh,
the
wow.
glasses are like they're like these big gold rim glasses, and they keep slipping down. At least has to push them off.
Nice.
What did the
Oh, of course, I win. I'm gonna go with win.
what did I get on that share?
What's your initiative bonus?
+2.
All right, well, you go before me. You got an 18 as well.
Yeah, I'm fucking crushing shit on that.
I don't know if I should get
Just
this
want me to
skirt
go
or
first?
Let me see.
Yes, please go before me.
The skirt?
Killed
Okay.
by this death creature.
So,
I don't know.
It's not bad.
But it's
what
not
did I
like-
do?
I don't feel like I
It was-
need it.
It'll look good on your figure.
Probably, but I wear
It
a lot of
seems
dark
it's-
stuff.
I think that's what makes it, because you have some of your photos that you use lighter stuff on those photos.
Yeah, but this would be something like more casual that I would wear.
If it's
I don't think I would
What
get
did
it.
the verbiage?
It's not jumping out at me.
13. It's not crazy, like doesn't seem like it has much to it. It's not very interesting.
So I'm getting some socks, some
Verbi.
some cargo pants, a
Who's that?
pleated skirt, some shorts, and a
I
hoodie.
think Helios first.
I'm first.
Oh, you're first.
Well, it doesn't matter. You can go first or I can go first. 'Cause we
Wait.
both got 18s.
Nelson also.
Well, then
got
isn't it
18.
determined on?
Determined on
Whose
dexterity.
initiative is higher?
Well, who has a higher dexterity?
My dex is a 2.
2.
What's your actual roll?
What's the actual score?
Oh, 14.
So my actual roll was 16 plus 2.
So you both got 16. You gotta roll again. That's how it works.
So we just then
You just have to roll.
5.
14.
Yomi goes first.
I was like, hey, what's up, man? I kill you. All right.
Okay.
The Russian giant is having none of it.
No, we're gonna frame you for murder.
Okay, Yomi. You're up.
Okay. What's that thing again? How do I use that thing? Do I have to move at all to get in front of him to be able to see easier if I'm using a longbow?
No, you can shoot from there.
Cool.
I think he'll have partial cover.
I'm going to use my fighting spirit.
Okay.
Okay, so I gain 5 temporary hit points. So that brings me up to a 32. And so it gives me an advantage on all weapon attack rolls. So what is that? Just like a +1 or?
No, you
You
can
roll two
roll
dice.
2 d20 and pick the highest.
Oh. I'm like, can I borrow? Whoa, that's big. 18 is what I got on the die. So +4, 22.
You definitely hit, yeah.
Yay! 1d8.
Even with his half cover.
This is an 8. 8 points of damage.
Fuck. Did you add your dexterity?
Yeah.
Okay.
6. I got a 6 on
That's
the
some
die.
pretty good damage. I mean, he's got a lot of hit points, but it's yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I guess that's it. That was a bonus. I mean, the only other thing I could do would be a move action, but I don't know.
You can move into the room.
And move. Dumbass! Why'd you start a fight with him? I literally say that to you. I'm like, damn it, Nelson! I'm trying to save your life here. You're not.
You're the
supposed to
hardest
die.
person to protect.
I can't protect you when you act like an idiot.
I'm also the worst paid bodyguard ever.
All I said was hi.
It's like
And then he said, me kill little man.
kind of like
And I
the
said, okay.
Who's up after
the
Marty?
party.
Him.
Let's see.
Every time I think about Rick and Morty,
15.
I think about all the rude shit that I ever said to Summer. God damn it, Summer. Stupid bitch, Summer.
See, I still pay attention even though I've been shopping this whole time.
And then I am going to
It's easy to listen when you're just looking at clothes.
recklessly
It's easy to
cock
listen when
a
you have such a
javelin.
great storyteller.
Yes. I want that one. I use that one.
Talented beyond your years.
It's better than wind sounds. So.
Just give you guys one sound. So tonight on Nice One Down, we have wind sounds.
That's a 17. Or is that 11?
17.
Hard to tell.
Oh, I wish I had battle cry on this one.
22.
That's a fun feat.
What is it?
20. Oh, fucking right, it does. Barely.
Woohoo!
If you know
I was waiting for
you were
this.
aiming for like the stone floor, then yeah.
That was really ambiguous.
Yeah, it is. Good job.
Oh, with the one.
Good job. What are you using? Javelin?
I'm not gonna javelin at him very angrily.
You would have been better with a snowball. I'm just trying to get him to use those snowballs. So he doesn't have any more. No snowballs for you. Wait till he runs out of javelins and you guys fight a dragon. You're like, I wish I have snowballs.
6 damage, sir.
All right.
It's 6 on a 1?
Yeah, I mean,
Who's up now?
Me.
I should be so much better than you guys.
Yes.
I'm bigger. I can carry more casks of mead than you guys.
Well, the cask of meat carrying asshole has to roll also.
That's not a big problem. He's basically
Basically,
he's got a 15. Yeah, 15.
He's gonna pass, but he's gonna take half the damage.
Yeah, but I basically win, right?
Basically.
It says immune to all attacks from warlocks.
Yeah.
So specific.
If you were playing some sort of Cthulhu, HP low crap creature, then I would say yes, that's actually accurate.
Right, yeah. No, he's just a 12 damage.
Well, that's pretty good. Not bad.
Not bad.
So if he failed, he would take full damage, and then what else would happen to him?
He would take full damage, and then he would have to use his reaction to move as far away from me as he could with one movement speed.
Oh, well, that's easy. He would just run through you.
Away, not towards.
Yeah, away. Why would he get further into a hole to get away from you? Wouldn't it make more sense to get away from you outside?
Anyway,
Ooh,
he only takes absence.
I'm getting a hella big discount. Cool.
So I'm gonna try
That's hella big.
different
Uh,
spells.
Well, $25 off 81, so
Oh, that's good.
yeah. It's like a 20% discount,
Yeah,
25%.
I got
That's
I
good
got
junk.
these jeans. These are like $100. I got them like for $25. It's a really good deal.
Nice.
So did he whip terribly already?
Well, I didn't go yet. I'm waiting for my turn.
It's Bruce's turn, isn't it?
Why am I going last? This is terrible.
Because you got the lowest roll.
Yeah, but I rolled really well, and you guys should not
It
roll.
was still the lowest roll.
Alright, Bruce's
Even at your
turn
best,
is up.
you're at your worst.
He completed his turn?
Yeah. Now it's the Furby.
He's gonna throw some of his spears.
Throw some spears.
He's gonna throw some spears.
Machine gunning spears.
He's gonna just throw two.
At least he's not throwing boulders.
He's gonna throw one at Meow Meow, and he's gonna throw one at Woof Woof.
Woof woof.
This Furby's not very smart.
No, he just knows you're immune to all its damage, so he's
I was at a disadvantage because I recklessly won my
you
job.
recklessly, and he's going after the wolf, which is annoying. So on the Woof Woof, he gets a 17 to hit. And on Meow Meow, he gets a 22 to hit.
What a cunt.
Is that it?
Yeah,
Alright, cool. So
not cool.
at least the damage is not that bad.
Not that bad. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. Very cool. Dude, this app is being slow as fuck. You just paid for my clothes already. That I don't need.
Shut up and take my money.
I just bought 4 pairs of socks. Some
The usual
casual
amount.
shorts.
A
Skirt.
casual amount of socks.
And a hoodie.
The socks that I buy are like $60 for like 3 or 4 pair.
Yeah, because you're due.
Because they're like nice, like multi-blend boot socks. So like you can wear them forever and you're still comfortable.
17.
Well, I was looking for some new thigh highs.
Yeah,
but-
do you have any of those?
I found some other cute
I
ones.
did once. I wore those Renaissance themed dance. I had like pantaloons with high thigh highs. I had to shave my legs.
All right, Molly, you take 14 points of damage from one spear,
14?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
but Brune/Horton takes 17.
It's a good thing you got those temporary hit points.
Oh, that's right. You had those 5 temporary hit points. So it's almost like you only took
9.
9 points of damage. That's great. I'm so
Oh,
good.
then I mathed wrong. Yeah, I mathed wrong. There we go.
Add to cart. I get it.
What?
I'm reading these.
Oh. Oh, did you not read it?
No, it's so fast. I don't.
He put, I apply reckless damage. And then, like, in quotations. And then in the next quotations, it was your reckless socialization that got us here.
It was pretty reckless. Hi. You die now. You are now dead. I eat your flesh from your bones. And I do not cook first. I go for fresh and scream. Who's up after me? Because I'm basically done. Because
Me.
I moved
Yeah,
to
I forgot.
here in this far corner. Where I have more spears.
Obviously.
You guys are gonna be like porcupines by the time I'm done. Just wait till he starts flying.
How much damage did the wolf take?
17.
So maybe this is a reminder.
Just past it. On the other side. What were you doing?
What? Is it my turn? Because if so, I've epically failed.
Well, I don't know what you're doing, so you're gonna have to re-roll. So you have to actually
Okay.
declare what you're doing.
I'm gonna use my longbow again for 12.
Well, you miss, but not by much. I mean, you still hit armor; it just doesn't pierce it.
Cool. What kind of weapon is he using?
Well, he's basically all spears. He's got spears everywhere. Spears are taller than you guys. They're like 10 foot. They're like 10 foot size. So they're long spears, but they're large size 10. He's gonna put another spear right in your chest.
So I'm only move 30.
You're gonna be like this.
I don't know what else to do.
You're doing fine. No, I'm just messing with you. You guys are doing okay. Vergre's much tougher than Knowles, though.
I guess it's gonna be the end of my turn though.
At least it's not the end of your life.
25. Locksmith.
Until he flies, like I said, he flies.
Oh God.
He has actually like the wings of a beautiful angel. Unfortunately, the ceiling is only like 20, 30 feet high, so he can't get that far away from you guys. He's just a flappy mess like up on the ceiling.
Who's on the sale?
No one yet.
No.
Took
17 points of damage.
17 points of damage. He's
Yes.
not opening one.
Uh,
Takes 6.
24.
He went through his wolf throat, just so we're clear.
24. Yes.
24 hits, yeah. I mean, yeah,
Way better
I'll
than-
allow it.
Fucking 8.
I'll allow it.
Oh, I guess.
I'll allow it.
We'll let it slide. Are we having like a ranged fight with this guy?
Because he backed up and fucking chucked spears.
Ah, damn it, sir.
Okay. Cool. We're doing good. He's still looking pretty healthy. And angry. And he's really just like very disturbed. And potentially like perturbed as well. I think it's good about this gaming is that when we're done, I don't have to clean up tonight. Just leave the table as is.
Alright, now it's turn.
Fair.
Does a 20 hit?
Yeah. No, that's fine.
Oh,
Okay.
Listen, we're gonna get to a point where you guys miss shit, and I don't have monsters that have ACs of crap.
Alright, I'm casting Witch Bolt. It takes 25 damage.
25 damage.
Yeah.
What? How'd you get 25 damage? What the fuck did you throw at?
So a bolt of lightning erupts from my hand.
Is it black lightning?
Yeah.
Naturally.
Also,
black
if you were to
lightning.
look very closely at it, the tendrils coming off it are actually little
It's creepy. I don't
tendrils. It's
like
very
it. You're gross.
creepy.
Well, that fucking hurt. All right. Well, I know where all the spears are going next. Who's up now?
Burn.
also, it seems to persist like the bolt is kind of traveling around his body. This is a witch bolt, so every turn he just takes 12 points of damage, 12 damage.
Oh, I was gonna say it takes 12 every. I was like, that's fucked up. What level is that? Level 9? Jesus.
It does more damage now because I can cast it as a second level spell.
This is good.
Yeah. You used to only do 1d12, now it does 2d12.
Well, that's good. You did really good damage.
He's got to throw spirit guys, so if I die, don't pay attention to Memphis as he dissolves into shadows.
Oh, he's not. He's gonna stay and hang out. He's gonna hang out and try and corrupt them.
He's the dragons.
He will corrupt you guys.
Right. He's not really a snowman. Just for
like
clarification, this happens to look
Just looks like
Oh,
one.
God.
He is in fact a lightning cat.
A lightning cat. Great.
He is, in fact, a manifestation of my connection to Cthulhu.
To Hulu?
Is this going
Jesus.
through the mind?
To Lord Hulu.
Yes.
My captain, Lord Hulu.
Because I'm definitely a wizard.
Who works for a kingdom where the Lord's name is Hulu. Lord Hulu. Dude, there was an old box set. There was an old box set from like Arkham Asylum or one of those like Cthulhu HP logo, where the back of it said it was a misprint, and instead of saying Cthulhu, it said Lord Hulu. So I always bring up Lord Hulu as that's
Awesome.
Cthulhu.
Oh, man. So that is my turn. It's Vern's turn.
He's gonna die. Let's be clear. After he turns into something else.
What can you do at range?
Thorn Whip, produce flame, cast a spell.
Normal shit.
You know,
His not normal shit is way cooler though, right?
like turn into an eagle, fly over and peck out eyes.
You can't do flying stuff yet.
Well, that's dumb. It's basically useless.
It's pretty dumb.
I'm going to suggest when he lands back that he just goes out into the wilderness of the tundra and freezes to death.
You just hate him because
in suicide. Well, I mean, if he can't even, I mean, let's be clear, he never forgets, so he never forgets how retarded he is. Like, if you're a fuck up as an elephant person, you always remember how much of a fuck up you are. Because an elephant is faithful 100%.
he is going to use Thorn Whip.
Allegedly. What's the range on it?
30 feet.
What's it do?
Well, if I hit, which I didn't, so it does nothing.
Oh, wait. Oh, I thought that was a 20. It's not a 20.
It's a 3.
It looks like a 20 from here.
I'll take your 3 then.
Who's up now?
Herbie.
All right. Okay.
Wait, that's a cantrip?
Does a 13 hit?
What?
I'm sorry. Does a 14 hit? Nelson.
No.
14 does not hit. Well, one spear misses you.
Thank no.
Does a 17 hit you?
Absolutely.
All right. Oh, really good damage. That's really good. That's almost max. God, if this guy fucking crits, one of you is going to be obliterated.
Ah, cool.
So that damage is 24.
I'm still alive, god damn it.
Just think if the other, let's see if the other one had hit.
Well, I have 1 hit point, but I'm
Would've-
fucking
Yeah,
alive.
it would have entered you into a quicker meeting with Lord Hulu.
What do you get? Partial conversation? Just throwing people?
No, because they don't have those names anymore.
Yeah, and also because he's so much taller, he's basically just firing. He's just throwing it right over you guys and like just lobbing it.
Yep.
Sweet baby
Okay.
Jesus. I did not like that. At all.
You're almost like pinned to the wall.
Is it my turn now?
I'm just like.
Do I still get the double die thing, or do I only get one
What's
for my thing?
Do you have advantage?
No, I think it's only one time.
It's only the one time, and then you
It's
get
only
the.
the one time. Okay.
But I think you can use it several times a day.
Yeah, I can use it 3 times.
Yeah,
But
so you could do it
Well, that's
again if you want
badass.
to. So, like, say you could say, "I'm going to activate it now."
when do I have to?
Moving around.
I have to take a long rest.
A long rest to get them back.
Oh, we're gonna take
Yeah.
a rest after this because I don't know if you heard
Yeah, I hear you. Alright, so I'll go ahead and use it again. So do I get another 5
So
temporary?
you get another 5 temporary hit points.
Alright, so
Unless,
that'll
of
put me
course,
back
I
up a little
die.
bit.
You can use a move action,
Right now, she did.
and then you
If I
get
die,
one
I'm
attack
gonna
against it with advantage.
Because it looked legit. Yeah.
Yes. Now you get.
And
You can attack.
could I, or can I not?
You won't be able to action surge
No.
because you're using your bonus to do the spirit thing.
Oh, wait, I get 2.
Yeah, you get to.
Oh, you have one?
That's cool.
Oh,
I just get the
thing
same
above.
thing on both, yeah.
No, you got to reroll
But-
because I think you messed up.
Oh, whatever. Really? That's
Well,
way
you-
worse.
That's way
I would have taken the first
What was
one.
the first one?
14 plus 4
Yeah,
would have
so
been
14
8.
hits. You're good.
18.
No
So-
problem. So it hits. Good job. I just wanted to see if you could roll better on it. But
Those
No.
20s are kind of small, aren't they?
you got, I think it's on the edge there.
All right. I quit. 9 points.
At least
9 points. of
7
damage.
looks very similar to 1.
It does.
I just got another one. No, you didn't.
9 points of damage.
That's actually a funny comment.
Oh.
Yeah.
Lord Hulu starts his war with Earl Netflix.
Lord.
Or that's the end of my turn, unfortunately.
Sodi commented that 24 damage. Oh, that'll buff out. That's very.
Yeah, how are you feeling? Are you
I
feeling
have
okay?
1 hit point.
No, I mean in real life. Like, are you feeling anything since you didn't get shot today?
I'm feeling fine.
Nothing yet?
I haven't died yet.
Not yet. Not yet.
It's gonna kick in halfway through my shift, which I'm
Probably.
Yeah, I've got so many antibodies from having it. I can't get the vaccination for another 2 months.
Yeah, I had it way at the beginning of the pandemic last March.
I remember.
So if he's engaged in melee, does he get disadvantage in throwing shit?
No, but he's probably just gonna stab you guys because he does way more damage in stabbing. He does the throwing. Right. Like almost 3 times as much.
Okay.
I just made that up.
Because that would be like in the 60 range maxes, and that sounds like well above our ability.
Yeah.
So just kill it. Just whack him with an axe for the log
Okay. Yep.
out.
Very nice. Reckless. No. No.
What is
Oh.
You guys are doing great. That misses.
shit on?
That misses.
It's my turn.
Yeah.
So it automatically takes 7 from my witching bolt. And then I will fire. I guess. I don't really have any other options. I have a singular spell left. Oh man, I always forget that I have this reaction spell that I could cast when you fucking crush me with spirit. What am I gonna do? I could just shoot me off the glass. That's what I'm gonna do. Does an 18 hit?
Yes. Oh yeah. He doesn't have the best AC ever. Like all my fucking monsters.
It takes 11.
11. All right.
From
Yeah.
my Eldritch Whispery Blast.
That's kind of it is.
Who's up after you?
I think it's a room.
I got some healing sound chapstick you can borrow.
So Broom's gonna come back here and cast a healing spell.
Jeff would never do that. Jeff would ignore you.
Jeff's not here. Don't get my ass beat. And I get 12 hit points back, which means I still could die from one spear from strength. Isn't that all? That's all the second level spells.
Murphy.
So Herbie's turn.
Sweet. Give me my big damage dice. Stabby, 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 stab you in their face, because I don't like you and you smell like
Poop.
he's attacking me. Cool. Alright, well, I think the 19 would have done it anyways. Plus his bonuses, that's just what I roll. But I'll see what the advantage would have been. Well, the advantage would have been 3, so sure, yeah. So I think we can safely say that 25 hits you. Yes. And then his second attack, which is 24, hits you. First one does 19 points of damage. Second attack does 22 points of damage.
That's still 20 points in these halfsies.
That sucks.
He's gonna take damage once in a while.
Fair.
You want to heat that up at all?
So when I do my Stone's Endurance as a reaction, I believe it only applies to one attack.
Yes.
What does it say?
As a reaction, reduce damage dealt to you by 1d12 plus 2 off your short rest.
Oh,
So my next question is, do my resistances kick in before I apply that, or does this kick in first and then my resistance?
I think at the end of the math, it's not going to matter.
Yeah, I don't think it matters.
Okay.
Because you're still going to be shaving off the same amount of points. Either way.
So then
I think it would be the Stone's Endurance first, and then you would half it. Because potentially you could shave it in half from the damage, and then your Stone's Endurance, if you rolled it afterwards, you can completely nullify the damage.
Oh, yeah, that makes more sense.
So it's going to be the Stone. So I'm assuming you're doing it.
yeah, for the 22 damage.
Okay, so D12 plus 2.
7 plus 2, so 9.
So the 22 is reduced by 9, and then you have
Minus 9 is 13. Thank you.
Math.
Which half of 13 is 6. Half of 19 is 9.
So as they chat,
15,
basically,
41,
if people are chatting, you can like look at what they're saying, and then you can determine whether or not that goes on.
So I am at
I'm trying.
Yeah.
That's why I was just trying to figure it out.
When it's
That's
on here,
so fucking good.
I can click it and put it up
very helpful.
on
I just want to point
the
out that
stream on the video part.
So if they're
For
saying
instance-
if they're saying
41
retarded
points
stuff,
a day.
it's stupid. And
I don't
not
have to
gonna
click
do
it.
You don't
it's a
have to click it.
15 point.
But it's on like Mind Flayer is on
It's fucking
Twitch.
good.
So if anybody's watching on Twitch, they're seeing
Oh,
what he says in the chat,
Yeah.
regardless of if I put it
A
on the
little
stream.
bit.
I got you.
But if I put it on the stream on the video feed, then people who are watching on other channels can see what he says.
Got you.
And he likes to make a lot of funny jokes, so I always just put his up there.
This is Naomi's turn.
Cool.
Young Barbarians is a good addition.
Yeah, they're
You just
natural.
took 41 points of damage and 15 points.
17?
Like 17? Yeah, that hits.
And let's see, 6 points of damage. And my second slash with my sword for 23.
Yes.
3 points of damage.
Okay. He's looking severely fucked up.
We're getting there. Slowly but surely.
Hey, asshole. Okay. Yeah, here's it.
Reckless indeed.
He's so not me.
That first roll was like, I gotta hit some dice. And then
And John Hilton, there's
2 ones with that. 22.
Yep, that'll hit.
Okay. Eight.
Yes. Still alive. Super having trouble concentrating. Kind of almost slurring a little bit, kind of leaning to one side.
That's too much.
Kick his
I
ass!
was gonna say my last actual spell.
Well, the 12 damage for the one.
All right, so he takes 6.
Okay. So zapping through. He's like really having trouble standing.
Buzz, buzz.
That's gonna be a hard miss. It's 10. God damn.
Yeah, that misses.
Varun.
So my second, which won't whiz past his face. So let's just guess. So nothing happens. Varun, can he? But if he dashes, he can't heal. Oh wait, I know what he can do. So he casts healing word.
Healing word. You speak the healing word.
You get 9 hit points back. But now he's doing his druidy job instead of just being an animal all the time. Actually, he's going to use his bonus action to turn to an animal. I'm just thinking,
Is
his
it
attack
a
is like
small?
extra
Is it a
points.
small cat?
It's a wolf. I don't know. That's like the thing with the most hit points he can turn into.
Should be.
I'm just trying to give him a bonus
Small
hit points
cat.
in case the third he decides to smash him in
I
the
think it
face.
should.
Turn him into a male cat so I can have sex with him.
You did what?
Have sex with him.
No. Makes way less sense than having sex with one of them.
Not a small cat, though. It's gotta be a large cat. Come on.
No, I'm
Give
not
me a
small.
snow leopard.
A little house cat. It's just like, come over here. And it's just like, come on, get in
Do
here.
it.
She's like, get around. Come on. How do I make a house cat rape me?
Turn into a tiger.
Wait, what's the rating on tiger? 1. Right, so 1/3 is level. It's 1/4 is level. So he can't do challenge rating 1 things until he's level
4.
Yeah.
Which will be soon.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Someday.
If he lives, then he'll be able to do.
I can't do it when Jeff's
He'll
here.
able
That'll
to
be
do one of the
weird.
bears, too.
Yeah, you can. I mean, you can do it. I always, like I said it last time, I do encourage role-playing romantic relationships. I think they're always so funny when people try to do them because it's hilarious. Sometimes it's actually really good. I've had players that have been very interesting. Hey, their characters having this romantic, especially when I have like two women doing it, and they're playing a male and female character, or like 2 guys doing it, and they're playing like 2 female characters. It's like it's always interesting.
In Oriental Adventures, I was married to my buddy's Corey's character. She was my wife, and then she died halfway through an adventure, and like that was a whole thing where like my samurai went on like a revenge quest or whatever to find the people who killed my wife.
Yes.
My wife.
I like this. I like this.
I always encourage that kind of stuff. It makes it unique when the characters have some sort of relationships among themselves. because it builds on the characters themselves. It makes role playing more fun.
Speaking of relationships that are about to end, it's the Burbeek's turn.
Oh yeah, let me end one of yours.
End us now.
Throw all my spears across the room.
I have a little health back, but I feel like if he hits me with one spear, I'm just gonna. I only have 13 hit points now.
All right, so he uses a bonus action to whistle loudly.
Oh, come on!
One of those kind of things. It's not even a bonus action; it's a free action.
And then what? Another Burbeek?
No.
His pet.
Oh man, he's like so fun.
I don't like that sarcastic. You know, like I feel like another Burbeek.
He's super fun.
It's gonna be some kind of animal,
It's gonna
probably.
be Craig. It's gonna come out from behind me and fucking hold it.
All right,
I'll go
so
have sex with it. It'll be fine.
fucking every cat.
Is it feline?
Is it feline? Can I fuck it? Yes.
Do I even
You
have any
can.
charisma? No, I have 9.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
negative
you're
1 on all my
really,
Covered
charisma.
that Nelson actually has.
you're really rough around the edges. Got some scars on you, and you're
I'm not the prettiest one.
a
of the bunch.
fucking cat person. So you're like alley cat person. So, instead of just being pretty cat, it's like a little
Yeah.
tabby cat that's beautiful. No, it's alley cat.
Yeah,
Yeah, ear missing a chunk.
probably.
Half one side of whisker
Crack.
completely shaved off.
Okay, come on. I don't look that bad. I'm still kind of cute.
No,
for a
I'm not
cat,
saying your character's bad.
in my opinion.
She's just a little rough around the edges.
Obviously did in a fight.
But
I don't have a missing ear or whiskers.
most of your negative charisma is your personality.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just a bitch.
Just an asshole.
It's like, Nelson's
Well,
charisma
look
is
at my butt
16.
anyways.
Check out my sweet ass. Fuck you. Fuck you for looking and not asking first, even if I gave you permission. All right, so tries to stab you with his spear, rolls horribly. Then he stabs again at you, Molly, and goes. It's going to be 19. Does that hit you?
Unfortunately.
You would get stabbed.
Yes.
Not in the way that you wanted to, but it's going to be 19 points of damage.
The face that he made before he said it.
What?
He just made a face.
the
I knew it
whistle.
must be
That
allowed.
wasn't even like that. The worst one I did was like 22 points.
That was me at 24 points.
24. That wasn't even maximum.
Like an asshole. If he'd hit me with both spears. Wait.
Mhm.
Maximum damage
You had,
on his like stabby stab is 34.
I definitely should be dead. You said 14 on that first one, didn't you? 10.
Yeah, 14.
That is my armor
Oh, okay, so it would have hit you.
class. It would have hit me. I would be dead.
Okay. Well, you're a cheater. It's fine. I'll get you back later. You want to cheat this time? That's fine. It was an accidental cheat, so it's not as bad. I mean, because you came out honestly saying I'm actually dead. And some DM would be like, yeah, you are fucking dead.
Yeah,
Go fuck yourself.
you're just rolling your dice.
Yeah.
It's like,
Well, I did a terrible job protecting him.
yeah, it's gonna be like
There was an Order of the Stick comic that was like that. Like the rogue had stabbed this guy a bunch of times and he didn't die. And then like 5 panels later, he was like, "Oh, I forgot to add in all my sneak attack," and then the dude just explodes.
I'm just gonna make it like the end of Infinity War. You just turn to fucking dust, float away. You're just gonna say, "I don't feel good."
Spoiler alert.
That movie's been out forever.
Right? You haven't seen it yet. Sorry, I guess.
I haven't seen it.
You haven't
You're
seen
not-
it?
I haven't
literally-
seen it. I'm not that big of a movie person, so I
Okay,
guess.
well,
So is it my turn now?
I'm just gonna assume you don't care.
I'm done. I mean,
It's your turn.
yeah.
So,
He looks
If I
really
was-
bad.
all right. Well,
I don't.
I'm
feel
just
bad.
gonna really hope that I get him. Really, I'm gonna get him good. I'm gonna get him good. 13.
14 hits.
All right, and it's a 1d6. I'm going for whichever leg he seems like he's not doing so well on, and maybe
Yeah,
he'll
he's
fall
really
over.
leaning on his left leg.
for 5 points of damage.
Yeah, you just slash down, go like you cut down across his knee, and then your blade goes behind it and slices open that tendon.
Yeah.
And he just fucking falls right over, and as he's coming down, his skull hits the side of that wall, cracks open, he's dead.
Woohoo! Woohoo! Dead.
And then you hear a roar.
What are you whistling for?
You all hear a fucking roar, but it is not like a verbing roar. It's like some sort of animal or monster.
What direction did it come from?
Came from that
This way.
hallway, yeah. You hear it.
Defensive.
You can hear something coming quickly, running down the hallway.
I don't want it to see me alone.
I'm sure it's friendly.
Just like the
Do we have time to move, or does it get in here before we?
Yeah, you guys have time to get into a better position.
We should hide behind the dead guy's body because he's really large.
Yeah, that could. No. I'm gonna find this guy.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, so
You guys have got this. I thought it was badass, but it's not really bad. I mean, it's kind of like
how
sucks.
Oh,
It kind of sucks because you guys are kind of fucked up.
so how does the like healing things work again? Like
and they heal whatever amount is listed.
or the hit die thing. That's another option, right?
We have to do that on a short rest.
Yeah, you guys have to.
Oh, you have to be
We have
taking
to-
a
we
short
have to
rest to
rest.
use that. Okay. So my only option is a healing potion.
We can have one.
I have
I'm
one
going to use this just to make fun of
I
Horton.
would drink
because I only have 5 hit points.
because all of Horton has one healing spell
So what's a healing potion do?
left, and it's only going to do a D8 plus like 2.
It's 1d8 plus my dex or my strength or just
Just +2.
1 plus
7.
Yes, you see something like running up this natural cave, and it is running towards you guys, and it looks like, at first glance, you're like, it's a large fucking bear.
2. Oh, cool.
But the figurine I'm using is directly making fun of Horton.
It's an elephant.
No, that's a Thascor.
Oh, yeah, it is.
But yeah, I'm gonna use
It's called a what?
a Thascor or something like that. I think it's on the bottom of it.
I'm trying to
That's what this
remember-
guy's called?
D&D
Oh, yeah.
has these monsters that are basically just like large, slightly more intelligent gorillas. They're just like hell above.
The Gorillians?
I can't remember. Gorillans, I think.
Gorillans.
And
They have like an advanced one that has like multiple arms.
I used them in a campaign, and Sean, who's been here for that one, his first idea was to try to grapple it. That was like
That's a good idea. That's a great idea.
I'll try to wrestle this 10-foot tall gorilla.
It's a great idea. So we're gonna keep the same initiative order. He's just gonna go. So who's after?
Me.
Okay. That's basically how far the brown bear gets. He's right there.
Okay.
Because he was going on the Burbick's turn.
5, 10, 15, 20. Just not adjacent to it.
Sure. Watch out, because it has some mean tusks. I mean, a bite
Teeth.
and claws.
I'm not terrified of bears.
This one's getting in front of it and recklessly attack it.
Well, you're getting better at that.
Yeah. 20.
20 hits for sure, because it's a brown bear.
So
That was not great. You were gonna have to.
if I just roll better on my damage, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, you
So
hit a lot, but I mean, your damage has been not spectacular.
Awesome.
I'm a peek. See that it's a bear. Fire off An eldritch blast. A magic
A magic missile that screams.
It whispers
Whispers, I'm coming to stab you.
why. Does it 18?
You smell of cheese. I wear purple pants. On Sundays.
11 damage.
Okay. That's respectable. Better than an axe swing, apparently. It's respectable. So you guys have done a total of 18 damage to my brown bear before it even got to say hello.
Rune. Roar to assist him, a wolf. Disadvantage because he's attacking with somebody else. 20 something hit?
Yes. Does he have to make a strength check to not get knocked prone?
Yes, to roll.
I have advantage on that because he's got 4 ranks. Yay, I did it. Unless the DC was like 16.
Oh, the DC's 11. Takes 9 damage.
9 damage. Jesus, so nice. You guys did 27 damage to this thing already, and it still hasn't said hello.
Now it's its turn.
It was just going to come in here and snuggle you guys.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, right.
Clear. Well, it's going to go after the most obvious threat, which is clearly the wolf. Wow, that blows. Does an 11 hit you?
No.
How about an 11 plus 6?
That is.
All right, here comes the craziest attack ever. You can tell I'm tired. No, no. Oh, where you roll because of Glenn. Lord, it was a good roll. And then rolled poorly that time. Damn it. So that's going to be, wow, 10 points of damage
10.
from his claw.
He has 1 wolf hit point left.
You guys wait. You guys wait. I'm telling you, you're all thinking this is honky dory. You guys wait until I have 5 more Verbigs to fight you at the same time.
It's the kitty cat's turn.
You know that bears are very similar to cats.
Cool.
Yeah, just finding dicks.
Does it have fur?
Yeah, obviously.
And ears and tails and 4 legs.
Choppy face.
I guess the 4 legs is the qualifier here.
Oh. Didn't realize that. I'm sorry, I'm dumb. Do I know anything about these creatures? How strong they are?
It's a bear.
It's just a regular old bear.
It's a regular old bear.
I'm just a regular
I mean, it's probably less powerful than the Verbeek was.
He's used Neo Picking Biscuit.
Oh, here, I'll steal here. Pick it up. Hey,
17.
17 hits.
4 points of damage.
Yeah, you basically just stab it right in its eyes. She just fucking kills. It doesn't have lots of hit points when she gets up to it, and she just kills it. She looks badass. She's like, you guys can't do anything, and she's there. She's like, and I stab it in the eye.
Ah, bitch.
Yeah, she just stabs it in the eye. Her blade goes down, and then like pokes into the jaw, and it opens the jaw, and it just goes, and then it dies. And it slumps on top of the wolf, killing the wolf.
And then he just turns back into an elephant.
It was worth it, right? All right, so we're gonna end there because there's some more expansive bits to this cave, and you also have to find the casts of mead rather. So yeah.
You also have to not die.
Yeah, we have to not die. So you guys, you now have a total of 20 large spears, some shitty hide armor, and a giant shield that he didn't even use, and a stone knife.
How I have wanted death via improperly reading my character sheet.
You did.
Like
You no. Well, let's be clear. You avoided death by cheating. Inadvertently cheating.
You said
100%.
hide armor,
Hide armor, yeah. It's not
shield,
a large shield.
large
Stone
shield, stone knife.
Yeah.
Is this like giant size knife?
Yeah.
So like a short sword? Size?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, I think that's appropriate.
And what's it? 20 what? 20 spears.
20 large spears. Those are large, like really big. They're one size category larger than a long spear.
That's all we found on them.
Yeah, well, he had them all over the room.
We could harvest a bear.
Yeah, I mean, you could get a bear pelt out of this.
Like poop?
Pelts. Like a bear fur.
Like,
I mean, aren't pelts like also?
pellets.
Oh, pellets.
Pellets,
Word you're looking for.
if you're talking like, yeah, I mean, if you guys want to collect bear pellets,
But they don't call.
yeah, they call it scat.
Scat.
Yeah, there's some bear scat around if you guys want to form them into pellets.
What should I do with these?
If you want to hold on to them, that's fine. If you want to keep them, that's fine as well.
I can hold on to them.
Okay. There you go.
Put them somewhere safe. What's this in there?
Good job, guys. Y'all, guys and gals, you didn't die. Really proud of y'all.
Lived it.
Barely.
I survived more damage than I have hit points because of my awesome.
Turned 41 into 15 damage, which I'm still impressed.
You guys did really good. You fought a bunch of stuff.
Wee-hoo!
I feel a level coming on soon.
Wee-hoo!
So, like, it's kind of hard to feel tanky.
Thank you guys for tuning in and hanging out tonight.
Listen, you are very.
I'll catch you guys Monday at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time for Pathfinder 2E, and probably next Wednesday at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time as well. So we will catch you guys later. Thanks for hanging out.
Like, what happens